Okie dokie, kia ora everybody. Might help if my mic's actually in position. One day I will start stream and actually be organised. One day this will happen. Today will not be that day. And that's okay. Professional streamer, right? Yo, we're on it today. I was sitting here just eating breakfast and pottering away, and then Yana, I saw your Instagram message come through, and I was like, oh yeah. And then it's like, oh, it is getting close to starting time, isn't it? And then I get over to the screen, I just see all this chat and YouTube. I'm like, dang, they're here, they're ready. Oh goodness. So glad you've been keeping yourselves entertained while I've finished setting up and getting ready for the stream. So appreciate y'all. So to catch up with absolutely everyone that's been here: Zoe, Rebecca's Colouring Zone, Double A, Yana. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully things settle down quickly. We love happy pills. Medical pills. Medical tax, that's words. I'm doing well with words. Elizabeth and ALLJ, Amanda. Hello, hello. Alright, oh, hello, Shadow. Amy. Right, I think we've got everybody. And Cassie over on YouTube and Shadow up here. Ooh, hello, everybody. I hope we're all doing well. We're starting off with a cat. No picking up kitties. I'm actually doing okay. I had a very rude awakening that, yes, I am still post-op and I need to be resting. So, there was no picking kitties for a few days, and now he's determined to get my bread. He loves bread. But now we are feeling a lot better. I'm definitely not feeling as much strain down there from, like, I overdid it. So I had a few days of absolute rest. And yeah, so like picking up Shadow isn't too bad. I've kind of gotten to the point now where I can pick up a couple of kilos. He's still trying to sleep on my stomach some days, so he's not allowed to do that. But we're still being careful. We're still being conscious. But yeah, I am at the point now. You've got one of my hairs on the end of your nose. There you go. Where I can kind of pick up a couple of kilos. Not too bad. Mandy, hello, hello. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing better. I am still having a little bit of irritation down there, so as well as, you know, overdoing it, I think I also flared up my IBS a little bit, but I just had a couple of days of rest. No. He loves bread. A couple of days of looking after myself, a couple of days of basically being in bed, and we're feeling pretty good now. You are not having bread. You are not allowed to have bread. You've already had treats today too. So I know you love bread, but you're not meant to eat bread. It's not good for you. Don't give me that look. No, you cannot have the bread. Can I put it down? I'll get you some more treats so you leave the bread alone. Just let me put the bread down and don't go for it. Shadow really wants the bread. He really likes bread. He's such... Yeah, give me a minute. This bag's difficult to open. Okay. Oh, way too many. There you go. Leave the bread alone. Oh, goodness. He really likes his bread. It's meant to be bread for my soup that I'm having for breakfast. Because, you know, no, we're not having the soup either. Yeah, there's fake nails on today. Which makes things a little more difficult, too. Anyway, yeah, so we're doing good. I've had a really productive few days of colouring in bed. Been really enjoying bed colouring at the moment. Shadow's been doing it too because he's been joining me in bed. No. Alright. You little troublemaker. You're going down there. He really wants the bread. He loves bread. He really loves bread. The soup's alright. It's very salty. The worst part is that I'm not actually finishing the bread. But he still shouldn't be eating it. Okay. So, now I've actually mostly finished my breakfast. It's a snack for later. Yeah, it's just plain bread. It's not particularly like exciting. Anyway, what was I up to before I got completely distracted by Shadow? I cannot remember it all. But we're feeling better is the main thing. Again, there's a reason why we're having soup for breakfast. Soup is one of my easier tummy foods, so yeah, just being gentle. Oh, speaking of Nutella, that reminds me. So yeah, I did end up doing some errands yesterday. Had to go and get some containers and stuff for Mum and do a couple bits and pieces, and then I went to the supermarket that used to stock root beer and has some international products. Now, unfortunately, they no longer stock root beer. I did pick up Iron Brew to try for the first time if any of my Europe friends are in. I know it's technically, I think it's Scottish, but I did pick up Iron Brew to try. But yeah, they didn't have root beer, so I'm going to have to order that one online. But they did have, I did not buy it, but I did have marshmallow fluff. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's there, it's easy to pick up. The reason I didn't pick it up straight away is because the nibblings are sick. And I get the feeling that they're going to want to try this because it's processed sugar, so they're going to want it. So I'll pick it up when I can also give them some. Yeah. We have Iron Brew in the UK. Yeah. I've seen it on UK, Europe type things, and I've seen it a couple times, but I was like, hey, I've never tried it. Yeah, marshmallow fluff is overrated, but PB and marshmallow fluff sandwiches aren't bad. Yeah, it's mostly to get it to try fluff and not a sandwich. Excuse me, losing my voice. Marshmallow fluff and hot chocolate is amazing. Oh, I didn't actually think of that, Yana, and I do quite like marshmallow and hot chocolate. Didn't think of that, because I have peppermint hot chocolate that I love, so. Ooh. Never actually had Iron Brew. Yeah, I've seen a lot of it, but I'll try it. They had some new stuff, but a lot of it didn't appeal to me. There was a lot of British imports. Very disappointed with the Asian section, which first off, like trying to compress Asia into one section. There's so many different subvariants of Asia, so but yeah, there was not a lot. So but yeah, the American section was basically the marshmallow fluff, and that was about it. Oh, and a strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper, which I got to try just for the novelty of it. So that was the two American products. Then the British products, they had a lot of new British products in, but a lot of it are either things I'd already tried or things that didn't appeal to me. So yeah, I did get the Iron Brew though, because I keep seeing Iron Brew through various things, and I was like, okay, I'll try that. Excuse me. What is Iron Brew is Scottish? Iron Brew is Scottish, yeah. It is Scottish. I was like, I'm pretty confident it's Scottish, but I didn't want to say for certain because I wasn't 100%, but it's like, I'm pretty sure it's Scottish. Hot chocolate sounds so good right now. Yeah, it's one of those crisp winter mornings here as well, but it's not overly cold. But yeah, I've still got a lap blanket on. Simaj, is that how I pronounce your name? Please correct me if I'm saying that wrong, but kia ora, welcome in. Fluffed mixed with raspberry seedless jam, then add onto layers of cooked puff pastry stacked. It's delightful. That sounds really good, actually. Flavored spicy water. That, yes. Yay. Lucozade sounds a lot like our, like Powerade in a way. But it's not fizzy, so. Sounds good though. But yeah, so no root beer. I will keep on the hunt for it. I have the sneaking suspicion that I am going to have to order from an online specialty shop. And I mean, if I'm going to do that, we're going to order a bunch of stuff to try. And we'll just do a random stream where I'm trying weird things from around the world. I say weird because they're different, not weird because your food's weird. Like weird because they're different for me. And I'll also try and get some of our weirder snacks. And then we can just do like a food stream. This is not just an excuse for me to eat junk food on stream, because I will eat junk food on stream regardless of the stream. Random grocery stream. Exactly. I was saying to Marvin, because I was talking to her about the stream and like all the talk of food and stuff like that. I was like, one day I have to move all my streaming stuff out into the kitchen and just cook a proper, like a bunch of Kiwi foods. And then she's like, yeah, that could be alright with that, because then of course she doesn't have to cook and she gets a good amount of Kiwi foods made. Yeah. The root beer isn't actually a real flavour it's on. Sassafras. Yeah. So I can access sarsaparilla. But yeah, the root beer made with the sassafras is what I'm struggling to find. So I'm hoping, again, there are a couple of like, I don't have them in my town, but there are a couple of places online in New Zealand that specialize in importing food from overseas. So there is one more place that I can think of to check, which isn't 100% likely to have it, but there is a possibility, because there is next to in a little grocery, like in a little, it's we call it a centre. It's got like a bunch of stores around a car park, but just like a small handful of stores. Anyway, in this little centre, there's like a little bakery, a little butcher. There's a greengrocer that also happens to supply a lot of Asian supplies, and that's usually where I go for most of my Asian supplies, because they're really, really lovely in there. But there's also a South African specialty shop in there, which, oh my gosh, they do some amazing stuff in there. But because of that, they may possibly, but it's not exactly like it's, they do stock some random products, but they stock obviously more South African products. I don't even know if we have that leaf available locally, and that's definitely not something I can order in. Yeah, it's not native to the region, and so we won't be able to bring it in. Not that I would actually spend the time making it from scratch, although that is really, really fascinating, Marge. Yeah. Absolutely fascinating, but yeah, definitely not. Our borders are so protective for biosecurity. Like, bring in leaves? No, 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 no. Like, even bringing in products with seeds in it, like, for consumption, they're very, very strict on it, because biosecurity, because our ecosystem here is fragile, but also, like, food exports in New Zealand is a massive part of what we do. Yeah, no plants. I used to be part of this little postal trade thingamabob where you'd send like basically an envelope full of random bits and pieces that people could scrapbook with or art journal with. It was really fun. You got like random little stickers and random little bits. Like it was very random, but it was a fun trade, and you got like mystery mail from around the world. And this is going back many, many years. But one day I got a package from Border Security because they had seized the letter coming in, and then they had included the letter because they had opened up the letter, you know, they had opened it up because they had identified like plant matter. And it turns out this person had sent to me a bunch of dried leaves from their country that they had self-preserved and dried flowers, and of course biosecurity had stolen the whole lot. We're like, nope. I was like, I am so sorry, this person didn't realize. Because I didn't even think about the fact that people might send me like their own dried plants, because to me that's just such a like, don't send pressed flowers, and like that was such a natural to me that I didn't actually think about the fact that it might not be for other people. So yeah, I've had things seized twice by Border Patrol. Once was that situation, then once was when somebody's in another type of gifting exchange program, somebody said, like, had made a picture and had framed it and sent in the glass and did not put any protection into the package, and the glass shattered, so they took the package for safety, removed all the glass, and then just sent me the picture. Always wrap your products if you're sending something with glass, peeps. Okay, so after all that ramble, God knows we like to ramble here, I have not even set up my cameras. This is gonna be fun. That's the wrong art screen. That one. Okay. Colouring Bumblebee. Hello. Welcome in. This is where we left it. So we have finished off all the basing. All the colours have been picked, which immediately makes this page so much more easier. And we chose all our colours, we got everything based, and now we are ready to come in with pencils and start shading, which is exciting. So yeah, it took a minute to figure out some of the colours. Now there's a couple of colours in here that I'm not a big fan of, mainly this charcoal grey. And that's because it's quite cold, where everything else is quite warm. Even our purples are warm, so we are going to make a point of warming up this grey. Because right now, that is basically the coldest thing on the page. The purple of the dresses is a little cold, but there is a warmth to it, and we can warm that up easily too. The rest of the colours, all pretty much in the warm family. And the reason why we can keep it all warm is that when I start to do things like shadows, I can then bring the cool into the shadows, and it's really going to help pop and produce like that contrast. So I'm really excited for how that turns out. I think it's going to look really good. So I should get rid of my breakfast dishes because I am a prepared streamer. You can just sit on the trolley. Oh, my nose keeps wanting to run. That's always fun. Swear. I did clean up and put away some stuff from my desk, so it's at least a little less chaotic around here, but it's still pretty chaotic. It still needs a really good clean up, which we'll get to one day. My battery's gonna die, so I might disappear for 1 second. You're all good, Amanda. Time to sort the bunny, then I can relax the evening. All good. Give Meadow some scratches. I'm gonna lurk for a bit while I do all the morning things. Be back properly in a bit. All good, Cassie. Oh, my nose is running. Okay. So, where are we gonna start? So I do want to have a yellow glow coming from inside the playhouse. So I do want there to be like a little bit of light showing on these two mainly. But then that yellow glow that's coming from in there, I think is also going to be similar to the yellow glow that we create back there. I think I want to create a bit more depth in the background. Yeah, I feel like this needs a lot more yellow in it. So, we're going to start with yellow Prisma. Because Prisma has that sort of creamy opacity. So we'll start with some Prisma. We're going to possibly be blending a few different sets here. And so the point of this isn't to entirely cover over the background. It's just to add a little bit of a yellow wash to our green and bring in a bit more yellow. Warm it up a bit. It's one of those things here, again, you probably won't even see a difference on camera, but in real life, it's going to make a slight difference. Hi, Rebecca. How are you going today? I'll have to start going Rebecca Hicks or Rebecca Colouring Zone because we got 2 Rebeccas in chat today. Kia ora to both of you. What pencils have you used recommend in this book? So I love Inktense in this book. I think Inktense is definitely a vibe. I prefer harder pencils on this paper, so I do prefer Polychromos on this paper. I feel like it works better with Polychromos and layering, and yeah, I prefer Polychromos. But I have used Pablo's Prismas and Polychromos, and this one is done with a combination of all 3. So you can work all of them in here. I just feel like I like Polychromos the best, but that also suits me and my colouring style and how I like to layer and shade. I will note that you cannot get as many layers as usual with Polychromos, so the paper is a bit smoother. So I don't get quite as many layers, which is why I like to also put down the Inktense base. Call me Bex? Okay, I will try my best to remember that. I mean, I do associate you as Becky Hicks because of Instagram, but yeah, I'll try my best to remember Bex. Appreciate that. I was thinking Albrecht Durer and Poly, so that works for me. Yeah, I reckon that combo would be quite good for you, Jess. I think I'm done with the heat now. My Scottish bones say no, the humidity is 95%. Yeah. As someone who lives in a place that quite often hits 100% humidity, yeah. It is a crisp winter morning here. It's actually quite beautiful. It's like, again, one of those blue cloudless skies. In fact, I took a photo this morning. I am going to... Here we go. Double A, I'm going to borrow our chat just so I can put a picture up, then I can show it on stream. So you're gonna get an Instagram message from me, because then I can go to my computer and pop it open on my computer. You see, thinking smart here. And then we have to move it on screen, and then we'll make it big. But this is the view this morning. This is what I see outside my window, by the way. This is my view. So this is what I'm talking about with all the trees and the Maunga, the mountain. So you can see the mountain there as well. It's one of those beautiful wintry crisp days where there's not a cloud in the sky and the mountain snow is down. And yeah, this is my view, by the way. So absolutely like gorgeous picturesque winter day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very lucky where I live. I have a gorgeous scenic view. So, yeah. That's what's out there. It's a little bit down. It's actually down from in the kitchen on the back deck, which is a little bit of a walk around, but it's basically what I see out my window. I just have a couple more trees in front of me. But yeah, really, really pretty. I gotta decide which page I want to do for stream tomorrow. Oh, didn't we vote? Oh, you gotta choose the page in the book. I was gonna say, didn't we vote? But we voted for the book. Now you gotta choose the page. Yeah, there's a lot of gorgeous pages in there. I have this colouring book and I haven't coloured anything. The book is beautiful. I fear I'll ruin the page. Don't let that fear hold you back, Rebecca, because it's worthwhile getting into it. If you're really, really nervous, you can always scan and reprint them. But my feeling is just go for it, because you can always replace the book. But also, like, you learn by doing. And the pages that you start with are probably not going to be your favourite when you get to the end of the book. But yeah, if it's just sitting there, it's just sitting there. So, I know, I'm very much a, just go for it. Just do it. I mean, I do that a lot with my books. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just try it. Because there's always another page. There's always another book. We always, like, I have so many things to colour that it's like, well, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, I have something like 50,000 pages to colour. It's not going to ruin a whole book if one page doesn't turn out perfectly. Double A, you're so good that you've got us all scheduled. I can't tell you when anyone streams because I'm in New Zealand time, so my times are weird. Right, why did I pull out black? I didn't even know why I pulled out. Well, I didn't even pull out black. I pulled out full grey. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I feel a little scatterbrained today, if you haven't clicked that already. I feel a little scatterbrained. Also, I need to turn down this automated message because I've been noticing it keeps coming through really, really quickly. So let's adjust this. And then we're going to make that line minimum way, way more. And we're going to set that interval to that. We'll try that. Okay. I have everyone listed by day. Love that. I started thinking of bad pages as a before page in the future, before and after. Oh, love that. Yeah, like, I have pages that I was so proud of when I was first starting to colour, and now I look back and I'm like, I could improve so much on that now. Because you do, like, but by the time you get round to finishing a book, like I haven't finished a book, but your skills would have grown so much through the process. Even if you just sit down with one book and solidly work on one book and only work that book until it's done, by the time you finished a book, your skills would have improved or changed so much that, like, you can't, like, the first couple pages you do, you're probably going to look back and go, oh, okay, yeah, I don't actually like it. Yeah. Sounds like you almost said skittlebrained, which may mean you need candy. I'll have liquid candy. With caffeine. Caffeine is the best candy. So much caffeine. Okay, that's true. I'm slowly getting back into colouring as I lost my colouring mojo, so to ease back into colouring to do easy pages. That's fair enough, Rebecca. I lost my colouring mojo there for a while. It took me colouring Leon's journey to actually click on something and then go, oh yes, this is the vibes, this is the vibes. Right, I don't even know where I'm starting. I was going to start with the tree branches. That's why I was pulling out black. Right, I understand now what I was thinking. I was going to start with the wood because the black in Polychromos is a warmer black, so this will work for the shadows of the trees. And then I was going to work on that, because also this is going to be our dark focus at the front, and then we're going to go lighter towards the back as well. And I can't do the trees branches at the back till I know the browns they're using here, and then I can make it lighter at the back. That was where my brain was going. There was a reason I was grabbing black. Okay. Oh goodness. Skittle brain is a very good terminology for it. And relax. Welcome back, Zoe. Oh, I love looking back at old pages and seeing the difference in the progression of my colouring. I don't know if I've enough noticed it and think my skills have subtle change. Seeing direct comparisons in the same book with the same pencils is so fun. It really is. And these little things that you don't even think about until later on, you're like, oh yeah, until you see that direct comparison. But also, like, not every page has to also be you've pushed yourself with the most skills, you've done the most on this, you know, like, oh. Nah. Sorry, all the notifications, go away. Like, yes, not every page has to be I have pushed myself the most on this. Sometimes it's just about doing what's easy. Like, I've been doing a lot of beard colouring last night. Like, I did a lot of beard colouring last night. I technically finished like 12 or something pages. But like, some of these were so quick and easy, and they're just as valid. I also did one in each of my new Rita Bermans. All it was smushing some Neo colours in the background, pulling out super golden markers and going over a pattern. And I did that in each of the books. And they're fun and they're shiny and they look really cool, and it was really fun and it was really quick and easy. It's not the most like advancing, but it does the job, and it was fun, and it was what I needed at the time. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't always have to be like, you know, hours upon hours upon hours of perfect blending. Sometimes it can be smush shite on a page and call it done. Yeah. How is Amy? I'm doing a lot better today. My tummy isn't hurting too bad after breakfast soup. So I think we're doing hopefully a bit better today. We'll see after I haven't had to run to the bathroom. Yeah, I've had some IBS flare-ups, so we're having no bathroom running today. The soup is holding strong in my stomach, so I'm hoping that we've kind of settled down the flare. But anyone that has IBS flare-ups, you'll understand what I'm saying there. They're not fun. I really want Kanoko Agusa's Leon's Journey colouring book, but I'm hoping at some point Amazon UK will stock it. It's a shipping cost to order from Etsy is so expensive. Yeah. I asked Kanoko Rebecca and she said she had no plans to release it in English. It could change, but that's the info. Oh. So yeah, Rebecca, when I know Kanoko is expensive and a lot of those books are expensive, one of the big Etsy sellers, Pompadour24, has their own website, and I actually ordered direct off Pompadour. Now it's still expensive, but it's a little cheaper than going through on Etsy, and I have never ever had an issue with ordering direct from Pompadour. So that is how I get most of my Asian books. I know that technically I could order through Amazon Japan some of these. I don't feel comfortable ordering through Amazon Japan. I would actually rather order through Pompadour, even though it probably cost me a little bit more. So that's where I got it from. Shadow, you are being a problem child today. You need to settle on the shoulder. Are you jealous because I'm looking at other kitties and it's not you? No, you're cold. You're so cold. You can only stay there if you stay there settled down. No. You're not going on the desk today. You're not having any more treats. Settle down. Settle down, you big baby. You big grumpy baby. You big grumpy old man. He just wants the bread. The bread is not on the desk. The bread is on the walking frame. Yeah, I hope she does release it in English, but yeah, she's not planning to. Yeah. You can send me a copy for review. That is so cool, Zoe. That is so cool. Oh my god, your little boys are so cool. They're so gold. Your little pixies. Yeah. You're so gold. He's been like snuggling right up to me these last few nights. It's been so cold. There was one night where he came into the bed and he actually crawled under the blankets and fell asleep under the blankets for a good amount of time. And he doesn't normally do that, but he was so cold. So he's just buried under all the blankets, and then like an hour later he kind of stirred and came out from under the blankets and was clearly warmed up enough to go to sleep on top of the blankets. I've never ordered from Amazon Japan. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do and have like no qualms about it, but I barely order from Amazon. So ordering from Amazon Japan is intense. I barely know how Amazon functions, and I have so many issues with Amazon trying to send things to me in New Zealand, so yeah. And then I hear people go like, oh, I tried to order from Amazon Japan, but I don't get free shipping, and I don't get this, and I don't get this. I'm like, welcome to shopping on Amazon when you're based in New Zealand. That is the New Zealand experience, and this is why I barely shop on Amazon. I order from there, it's so easy. It's like ordering from Amazon UK. I've ordered from Amazon Japan, UK, and US. Yeah, there you go. So, trust those that actually order from Amazon more frequently than me. Things get there in the end. New Zealand has the longest ship time of all time. It really does. What's that meow for? There's no bread on here, and you're really not meant to be on the artwork because you drool. Nay? What's the matter today, Grumpy? What? I don't know what you want me to do. I was giving you cuddles. There's no bread on the desk. You've had breakfast and a double lot of treats, so you can't have more food. You've been outside. You're going to explore where you're not meant to go. You're not meant to go back there. You're looking for heat. Because the laptop, the heat sink goes out there. You want the heater on. That's what you're after. Don't you chew on my power cords. You know you're not meant to go back there. There's not really room for you back there. This is why you're not meant to go back there. There's so much stuff. You crawled over it. You're going to have to crawl back over it. You're being so troublesome today. I'm not turning the heater on. There's a whole bed you can go and cuddle up into if you have to. Please don't sit there. Cat life. Every time. How am I meant to color around you? Am I just meant to... That is not a place for you to sit. Are you holding stream hostage again because you're not getting what you want, even though I don't know what you want? You gonna let me colour around you at the very least? Or are you gonna start trying to claw me again like you did the other day? His tail was going. I can clear the windowsill if you want the windowsill. There you go. The windowsill's clear. Go up there. Nope. Cleared it. Now he doesn't want it. Because it wasn't his choice. Ah. I love cats. Have free myself. They're so adorable. This is Shadow. This is who we coloured Leon as. He is meant to be a black kitty, but you can see how sun bleached he gets in the sunlight. He's also a grumpy old man. He's 15. I think this is part of the issue today. I think he just wants pets. But the problem is that he wants pets when I'm trying to do colouring. And Meow is so sad. You're not going back that way. You're going back that way. I don't know today. It's been interesting using crutches, trying to carry something. Yeah, Yana, that's why I tend to prefer to use my walking frame. So I have crutches and a walking frame to help me mobilize. I can often use the crutches, but it is so difficult to carry anything on crutches. Because your hands are used on the crutches, so you don't have hands, basically, to use. The walking frame is easy, especially if it's a big, long distance, and because I can put things on the walking frame. So I tend to use the walking frame more. I also have better balance and better speed on the walking frame and can go further distances as well. So yeah, the walking frame's great for like going around a supermarket and doing lots of bits and pieces. The crutches are like if I'm just popping somewhere and just need to pop in and pop out and don't have to hold anything. But I tend to use my walking frame everywhere else. The crutches tend to be like more around the house. They're also really effective when you're in bed. You need to turn off the light and you don't want to get out of bed because I can reach the light with a crutch. I heard my Lexi was a cheeky little girl today. She went to my neighbour's house, went to a cat toy box and ate their food. Oh, I was really surprised that's because she doesn't often care about food. Yeah, Shadow is a nibbler. He is someone who will slowly pick away at food. But we have a couple of strays that like to come in for a feed. So, yeah, we tend to leave cat biscuits out. And there is one stray that will come in and feed, but we have no idea what he gets up to some days. He's definitely in explore mode today. He's going off the desk now, I believe. Can you get down, or do you need me to lift you down? It's not something... Okay, no, he managed. He managed. Okay, we're free. We're free of Shadow for a while. We'll see how long this lasts. How often do you stream, Amy? As it's my first time joining your live stream. I stream 3 times a week. So currently it is 9:44 a.m. here in New Zealand. So 45 minutes ago was 9 a.m. Keep that time in mind because I always start at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. my time. So whatever time it was 45 minutes ago is when I start. So I stream on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Again, though, I'm in New Zealand, so my days, that might be your Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, depending where you are in the world. But it is currently 9:45 a.m. on a Friday. So today, in 2 days' time, is Sunday, my Sunday stream, which may be your Saturday. And then 2 days after that is my Tuesday, which may be your Monday. Time zones. But yeah, I stick to 3 consistent days, which is Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, 9 a.m. And then there may occasionally be bonus streams thrown in there when I feel up to it. I am trying to get my butt into gear to remember to schedule streams again. I am really bad at remembering to schedule streams, and I'm so sorry for that. I really need to get back into the habit of doing it. I just wish YouTube would let me set up like reoccurring lives. Like the fact that I have to go in and manually schedule it every single time, as somebody who has a consistent streaming schedule, it is so annoying. And like, I just want to like hit a button and then schedule it for repeating. And then I can go in there and adjust details for specific ones as needed, but I want the standard ones. So, you know, just, yeah. And I mean, it's all copy paste, but it's still really frustrating to do each time. I should just get into the habit of when I end live to schedule the next live, but I don't. Okay, that makes sense. Whereas it's 10:45 p.m. on a Thursday. There you go. Yeah, so that's why, like, I can say I stream 9 a.m. Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, but it's New Zealand time, so it's very dependent on where you are. So 10 p.m. Monday, Thursday, Saturday would be my stream times for you. And still gonna change starting September because time zones. Because daylight savings. And then we're all gonna have to relearn all our time zones again. So yay. So I will definitely start to make a point of scheduling streams then, because we're really, really going to need the schedules then. I need to wash my hair so badly. We are bringing up a bit of depth into these trees, which I like. So, we all know that one of the things I love here is to share glitters. Glitters are our little wins that we celebrate. Now, you can also share the big glitters, the big wins. You know, we love to celebrate the big wins, but I also really like to encourage celebrating the little wins, because it's easier to just sort of pass over them and not recognize them and not celebrate them, because if you find enough small little things to celebrate each day, it can turn a really bad day into an okayish day. So I really encourage practicing looking for the little things, and it can be something as simple as like, it's really pretty outside this morning and I have to take a photo because it's so pretty. It can be small things like, you know, my breakfast just really hit the spot this morning, or like my coffee was just a perfect temperature. You know, little things like that. It doesn't have to be, you know, the big things. Some days it's just as simple as, there's just not a cloud in the sky, and I love a pure blue sky. It's super pretty. My glitter at the moment is that I got a laminator. I have always wanted a laminator. I have always wanted to be able to laminate my own stuff, because I often make things and I'm like, oh, this just needs laminating. And I used to be able to, when I worked in my workplace, I was allowed to use the laminator there, provided I use my own pocket. So like, yeah, of course you can use the machine, just use your own pocket, so you're not using our supplies. It's like, done. And I used to laminate stuff all the time, and I've been missing it. Winter 89, hello. Yeah, so always wanted one, but I couldn't justify $200 or so for a laminator. And then a local store called Kmart started stocking laminators, and they're $25. And I jumped so quickly to order one because I've always wanted my own one. And so I spent all of yesterday laminating some stuff, and I was so happy. Imagine having a stream schedule. Nothing wrong with just streaming when you've got the opportunity. I like having a schedule. I like having the regular times. Plus then you'll know when to catch me live because I've got the regular times. I probably should do like a reminder post out there to remind everyone that's like, hey, this is the times. UK daylight savings ends end of October, usually a different week to US. Yes, and then Amy, we're completely different here in New Zealand because I believe our daylight savings ends 28th of September because we start it. We're usually the April, May, we're usually the last one to change, and then in September we're the first ones to change. So yeah, but yeah, 28th of September is when our daylight savings occurs, I believe. It's what I saw last night. Laminators are so much fun. Yeah, I'm doing good. Winter recovery's going good. And Vi, hello Vi. Schedule, what a concept, right? Heaven forbid that you have no other external life and all you do is stay at home and you have the ability to be consistent because you don't do anything else. Amy, I've just seen advertised in my supermarket. Tim Tams sweet and salty. Is that a thing? If so, do you know what they're like? I didn't buy them myself, but I have seen them around. They were a limited edition flavor that they brought out here. I believe that they just got like a cracker inside instead of the usual biscuit. So it's like a, yeah, not as sweet, which could be a good thing because Tim Tams are very cloyingly sweet, which is why I only eat Tim Tams when I am doing a Tim Tam Slam, aka dipping them into a hot coffee, because they're so cloyingly sweet. So I never got a chance to try them when they were here, but I did hear through the grapevine that they were pretty good. Yeah. Because you go forwards while we go back. Spend the last couple of minutes trying to work it out and got too confused. Yeah, so Bumblebee, that's exactly it. This is why time zones are also really mucky, because in September we're going to spring forward because we're in spring. While the other half of the world will fall backwards because you'll be in autumn, or aka fall. So you'll will go back and I will go forward, which will completely change the time zones again as well. So we're all going to have to recalculate because of time zones. And then of course we all change at different times, so there'll be a couple of weeks where I will be moved an hour ahead for my time, and then you will move back an hour, so it will just like there'll be an hour shift and then another hour shift, but I can't remember which way it'll go. Yeah. Do you have a guillotine to go with your laminator? I do actually have like a little paper slicer. Yeah, I'm not keen on the other two, but I like sweet and salty things either. So yeah, you might like it, Zoe. You might like it. Okay, I just looked it up. When your clocks change, it'll be 9 p.m. here. Then when ours change, it'll be 8 p.m. Yeah, so that sounds right, because I think this is when like our times get close about we're a day apart and it's actually further. It sounds weird. So like right now, I know I go live at 9 and it's 10 p.m. for you, and then I think after all the time zones change, when I go live at 9 it becomes 8 p.m. for you. So we're like closer together, but when you look at it, because I'm a day ahead and you're the day behind me, we're actually further apart, if that makes sense. Like we're moving further apart, but it feels we're closer together because of the day difference. Time is weird. Just be aware with time zones, things will go weird again. Oh, that actually sounds so nice right now. I want to go to a concert tonight. My body wants to stay home and nap instead. I mean, listen to your body is always my advice, because if you don't, your body's going to force you to listen to it. But also, I know you really like concerts and things. I mean, it's easy for me because I don't really like concerts. But I don't like crowds of people, so yeah. So ready for autumn. I want to keep the summer weather, but with the prettiness of autumn and autumn colouring. I'm not a seasonal colorist, so for me it's just like, I'll colour autumn anytime. But that's because when it's my autumn, it's your spring. And I'm seeing so many posts of people colouring pretty florals and, you know, all the spring stuff and Easter, and it's like, yeah, all right. Because of course my Easter is in autumn and my Halloween is in spring, which is why it cracks me up so much that like certain places will do like it's pumpkin spice season and it's like it's spring here in New Zealand. No, it's not. Because we're backwards. Time zones confuse the F out of me. Yeah, they do for me too. My job is time zones. I got you all. Yeah, double A, you're a legend. I sat here like the guy doing all the mental math, but I just gave up and Googled it. Yeah, I have a few, like right now I'm only DMing for one group, but I have in the past ran Dungeons and Dragons games and TTRPG games for international people, and scheduling is already the hardest thing about TTRPGs, and then you throw in international time zones and you have a nightmare on your hands. So like in the Discord where I organize it, and quite a few Discords where I'm a part of where we organize them, we have a bot, and so you can type in a time and then you post your message and it pops up with a little clock and you can click that and it'll convert the time into your local time if you've set it up. Because, oh my god, trying to calculate time zones. Yeah. We have one season, summer. I don't feel I could do Christmas in summer. I'm very used to it. I can't imagine. I would love to experience a winter Christmas one year, but like Christmas to me is barbecues on the beach and cricket in the backyard and like hot summery days and like salads and, you know, icy cold drinks, and it's very summery. Like a big Christmas roast sounds nightmarish to cook. That should be another rule. If in doubt about time zones, that's double A. Double A is a timekeeper. And double A, we vibe is the rule. But right. Look, we've got a tree branch done. Done so much today. I mean, admittedly, we've had a cat distracting us quite a bit too. I bet you find planners annoying when autumn is all autumn leaves and pumpkins and March is all pretty florals. Yep. This is why I don't buy planners. Yep, it's one of my biggest things. And yeah. Because if you buy planners, unless they're Kiwi made or made for Australia and New Zealand, they are seasonal and the seasons are backwards. It's like, no. Or like they do bring out occasionally here the mid-year planners as well, and I'm like, we don't need mid-year planners here. I don't know anyone that uses a mid-year planner. Like everyone I know buys their planners and stuff like for businesses and that. It's all start of the year stuff because like I know you'll use mid-year planners like because your schools end in the middle of the year, so you'll have like a 2024 to 2025 school year, whereas for us our school year starts at end of January and goes till December. So our school year follows the literal year. So your school year is the year. And most people I know work and stuff like that, you know, they follow the year. I don't actually know anyone that uses a mid-year planner. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere with snow and mince pies and turkey dinner, but I'd love to experience the Southern Hemisphere Christmas. Yeah. there is some really neat elements of a summer Christmas. Now, running joke is for my region is that it always rains on Christmas because I live in a wetter area. Like, yeah, we do often get rain on Christmas. But for my family, and again, this is my family, there are different family traditions out there. I know some families that do the full English roast for Christmas, and I can't be bothered with it. It's too hot. So for my family, it's always been about the time spent together. So the meal, like, we'll still put on a nice meal, but we're also looking for as easy as possible because it's hot, it's sticky, it's possibly rainy, and if it's not rainy, it's hot and sticky as frick, and we don't want to do anything because it's also Christmas. And then again, my mum, one of the things that she does is she makes jewelry and she sells them at a market, and of course Christmas time is the busy season because it's summer market season. There are multiple markets a day. Like, she's usually that's her busy season. December is nuts for markets. So she's also freaking exhausted. And when I used to do markets, I was freaking exhausted because I was working full time and then also going to markets, and sometimes multiple markets in a day. So you're exhausted. So our plan at Christmas was always as easy as possible. So turkey has become a thing in New Zealand around Christmas time. Turkey is still relatively hard to find, but around Christmas time you can sometimes find turkey. So we will sometimes do a turkey, but that's not always a thing. But we also do a turkey or a chicken in the crock pot, because you can roast a chicken or a turkey in a crock pot, and it's literally you plonk it in the crock pot and you don't do anything else. So it's our kind of cooking. So that's our meat. Ham is a very common one here, but my mum doesn't actually like pork, so we'll sometimes do a ham because one of my brothers will get a free ham through work, but that's more for the rest of us. Mum doesn't eat pork, so there's usually a chicken at the very least for our meat. Sometimes we'll get like a lamb, for example, or something like that. Lamb is also another very common Kiwi Christmas dish. For us, if we get a lamb, same thing, roasted in a crock pot. We ain't turning the oven on. We're avoiding the oven. So yeah, and then if we've got a big crowd to come, barbecues are really easy to do because you can host a lot of people on a barbecue. So a lot of people choose to do a barbecue instead. Yeah, again, it's usually just my family. So it's me, my mum, my two brothers, their wives, and nibblings. And both my brothers, having wives and children, have other families to go and see. So they're also like, we got a lot to do on Christmas. So we tend to, Mum and I, keep Christmas very low key, which is also what we prefer as well. So yeah, meat is just something shoved in the crock pot. It does the cooking. Sometimes we bother with roast potatoes or a few roast veg, but most of the time we don't. Last Christmas, for example, we actually did chicken pieces, and then a couple days before Christmas, we went to the supermarket and we went to the deli and we brought pre-made coleslaw, pre-made salads, and we just plonked all these salad ingredients on the table. So it was like, here's mesclun, here's tomatoes, like we grated up some carrot, we cut up some onion really finely, we had peppers, and it was basically just platters of veg. We had the chicken, and we had some bread that I made, and that was lunch. It was basically just roast chicken, salad, and bread, and it was great because it was hot and we didn't do anything. So yeah, that's kind of our vibes, is as easy as possible. And then for dessert, the big Kiwi traditional dessert is pavlova, which is kind of like a big meringue, but it's fluffy marshmallow in the middle with that crispy meringue outer, and then you top it with freshly whipped cream and lots of berries. think it's so convenient and much more sense for a school year to be the full year. Yeah, it's very logical to me. It was very strange to think about, you know, half a year to a year, but makes sense if you're like summer break. Find it so interesting to hear about people's different Christmas traditions. One of my friends at school lived in the Caribbean and she always had Chinese on Christmas Day, which I love. Yeah, there are a lot of different traditions. I mean, this is also, you know, my family's tradition. I know a lot of people, because again, that view from my window that overlooks a river, there's actually a river and a picnic spot down there. And we hear people down there on Christmas Day because they'll go swimming in the river, they'll use the free barbecues that are down there, and they'll cook up their barbecues there, and there's like a big field, so they'll go play there. Playing at the beach is a very common one. A lot of people will go to the beach for the day. I think, like, if you think about like a good summer festival, you think about a good summer holiday day, like 4th of July weekend is probably a really good equivalent for New Zealand Christmas, because from what I've seen, like, you'll gather together, you have barbecues, and there may be parades or things like that. A lot of people do have fireworks. They're not meant to. They hold on to them because fireworks are only legal for sale for 3 days in New Zealand. But some people will hold on to them and then let them off. How did Christmas in July become a thing? As I know people colour Christmas pages in July. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Part of it I know over here is that we have midwinter Christmas. Because, of course, we don't experience winter Christmases. So they will quite often do Christmas in July related things because it's the only time we experience a winter Christmas. So there's like a charity ball that is a midwinter Christmas ball, and it's a Christmas themed ball in winter, and it's the closest that you get to a winter Christmas. Yeah. I know Disney do Christmas in July where you can meet Santa in a Hawaiian shirt. Now, see, that's a really common representation of Santa over here, and Cassie might also be able to talk about this too, being Australian. But I know, like, traditional representations of Santa over here, like, he's not wearing a red wool suit. He's wearing a floral shirt, or he might be wearing, I hate the name, but I think you guys call them wife beaters. I hate that name. We just call them like tanks, like a tank top. And board shorts or swimming trunks, like Santa will often appear on a surfboard swimming. You might be on a farming tractor. Always wearing like jandals, flip-flops. You call them vest tops? Yeah. Like, might be at a barbecue, or like very summery representations of Santa, and he ain't wearing his wool suit, can tell you that much. Because trust me, no one's wearing wool. No one's wearing wool on Christmas Day here in the Southern Hemisphere. Oh boy. Yeah. Beach. Santa wears a suit. Hate to break it to you, Cassie. Yeah. So yeah, it's very much more common to see Santa like that, and this is why I've always said that one of the things that I would like to do, which I have the capability, I just have to sit down and do it, but if I was designing my own coloring book, like, there's a few different topics that I would do, but I would love to do Southern Hemisphere Christmas and just do very summary representations of Santa, because we need a good Southern Hemisphere coloring book for Christmas, because there are so many gorgeous Christmas coloring books, and I get really excited when I do find a Kiwi page or a summer Christmas, but it's usually one page in 30. It's like, I have entire books of Christmas. I don't need more books of Christmas to buy one summery Christmas page, but I will buy entire books just because it's got one summer Christmas page. And then it's like, Yeah. Yes, RJ Hampton does do a few. I do want to get his Christmas book. Because of the fact he has a few summer Christmas pages. But yeah, I want a whole book of it. And it's a very specific niche for me. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Jess. We know what you mean. Oh, why is my nose running so much today? My throat's a little sore too. I wonder if the pollens are up. But let me go to good old site. What pollens have we got out today? Currently feels like 10 Celsius. Pine pollen is out. And wattle pollen. Okay, both of those are irritants for me. Pine pollen's low levels, but it's enough to start. I just need to like get off my ass and just draw one and just release it. I made my friend from New Zealand a summer Christmas page a few years ago. Heck yeah, Amanda. Love that. I know you were talking about putting your pages back up again somewhere. So if you ever do, let us know. We'll share the link in chat because then we can all go and check it out. But yeah, I'm the same, Cassie. I would very much love to experience a winter Christmas one year because it's so different in comparison to what we're used to. But it is neat to hear about the different traditions. One of the things that is a very strong memory for me, and I'm glad that the nibblings are getting to an age where it can become a memory for them, is we have a natural bowl, because again where I am based is like we have a volcano, so there's this natural bowl that is formed apparently due to volcanic activity. I don't know, basically it's a natural amphitheater. So they've turned it into a concert stage. It's great. It's a really pretty place to go to a concert. It's in the middle of a park. There's a lake that the stage sits on. So yeah, it's called the Bowl of Brooklands, and very, very pretty natural amphitheater. So they put a lot of concerts on in there. And one of the things that they'll do around Christmas time is Christmas at the Bowl. And it's just a concert full of like lots of locals, and they'll put on like Christmas carols, and like they'll get local dance troupes to come on and do a performance and comedy, and it's basically like a little local variety show. But it was always really cool growing up and going to Christmas in the Bowl with a picnic, sitting in the park and watching this concert, and then they'll always end with fireworks. And that's usually, because it's connected to our park, that is when the Festival of Lights starts, which is when they decorate the local park with hundreds upon hundreds of lights and big light installations, and that goes all during summer. So it's also really like a neat symbol for this is now turning on. So after you watch a concert, you walk your way back through the park and it's all illuminated with all these new lights. So yeah, just strong memories of going for a, picnic, watching Christmas in the Bowl, then the lights would turn on, and yeah, fun times. Okay, it's decided to lay on my clipboard. No art for me for a bit. Oh, they are demanding when they're in control. I'll draw new ones. Fair enough. I'm the same when I look at some of my old artwork and I'm like, what was I thinking? I have like pulled out some stuff and done some sketching, but I still I I'm still not a fan of the sketching stage. Like, I'll do it, but I prefer the colouring stage. I'm definitely a colourist, so this is why I don't draw a lot of my own artwork anymore, because drawing's not as fun to me. I'm definitely a colourist. I should though. I do actually have like a few different things I've drawn that would be like cute colouring pages. I should really just list them up for free and let you guys have them if you want them. I'm sure you've all got 1,000,001 things to colour, but maybe one day I'll clean them up and get them up somewhere. I mean, I've got the Ko-fi store, so it's easy enough to dump them up for free. Amy, a colorist? You're joking. Next you'll be saying something like, Amy also really likes glitter. Shock horror. Oh my goodness. Oh, keep yawning. Even though it's satisfying to draw my own stuff, my ADHD is like, no. Yeah. Ugh. The frustration. We are learning things today. So many secrets. It's just, oh, so many secrets with me. I don't tell you guys anything about me at all. I'm a complete mystery. There is ink on the glasses. Nope. Glasses are never clean. Especially when you get dry, flaky skin. It's gonna have to do. They need a good clean. Oh, look. Ugh. Oh, chemical cleaner smell. But hopefully this will help. Doesn't help that my lenses are so thick that they like poke out from the frame of the glasses quite a bit. And then, of course, I'm someone that gets dry skin, so the dry skin kind of gets caught on the lip. It's just like, ugh. So manky. Alright, are you actually clean now? Can I actually see through you? Even though there's still going to always be little bits on you. Nope. Check, there's nothing on my eyelashes as well. Alright, it's gonna have to be the best we can do. Just paid cat tax. I use window cleaner and a microfiber to clean mine. I have like actual lens cleaner, but it's not really doing the job. Sometimes I use, I have some alcohol wipes. Sometimes I just use them. Like my, injection that I take comes with alcohol wipes, so sometimes I'll just use those on the glasses. Just try and really clean them, but yeah. At the end of the day, sometimes I just need to go into the actual glasses wear and be like, yo, can you guys like give my glasses a good clean? Because they can actually like clean in there properly, which I can't do because of the way my glasses are. I don't even know if I'm in frame. I'm blind here without my glasses, but because the nose bridge is all one piece, there's always like, again, I get really dry flaky skin, so my glasses always end up with like little bits of skin. So yeah, I have to kind of go in there and be like, can you guys give these like a really good clean, please? Yeah. Yeah, I am very, very blind without my glasses. Like, I don't know if it will show up on stream just how thick they are. I can't see. I don't even know if I'm in focus with the camera. I am blind. But yeah, super, super thick lenses. And to be perfectly honest, I think my prescription has changed again. I buy very cheap glasses because my prescription changes almost yearly, and it just keeps going down. And I've had these glasses about a year and they're not feeling strong enough again, so I probably need to go and get my prescription updated again. So yeah, I usually buy some of the cheapest upon cheap glasses because of the fact that I know I'm going to have to replace them in a year. And these ones, they did actually cost a bit because the lenses are getting to the point where they are getting into specialty lenses. And I also found out on my last one, because I need glasses for distance, but my distance is so pathetic that I can't see without them. But I found on my last one, I'm also losing my close-up as well, so I'm going to have to start getting bifocals. And I'm like, no! But it's so minimal on my close-up. They're like, yeah, we can just put like a little taper at the bottom, and then it will help you a bit for your close-up. You don't really need much more than that. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty thick. Yeah. I get makeup in that bit, but I'm not blind. Yeah. Me too, and I need to go to the eye doctor again. Everything is so blurry, yeah. It's one of the reasons why I just buy the cheap pairs, buy the cheap frames. Like, these are literally the cheapest frames in the store, which was actually the style that I wanted anyway, so I was really stoked that these were the cheapest frames. So I walked in there, and before my appointment, like before they did the eye test, I had to wait a few minutes. So I went around the store, found the cheapest pair, was like, sweet, like them how they look at me, done. So I went to the appointment, and they're like, oh yeah, need to update you, definitely. They're like, do you want to go and pick out a frame? I was like, nah, it's already done. Go and get the frames, and they're like, oh sweet, okay, done. I think I need to get different styles because I like to hold my phone where I am looking around the lens. Yeah. This time, like last time I had narrower ones, and I found that I had to like keep them on the end of my nose a lot when I was coloring because they were so narrow, and I don't like that feeling. So this time I wanted to go for the wider ones, and I definitely prefer having wider frames. So I will stick with wider frames next time. Even though I prefer the look of narrower frames on my face, the wider frames are more practical. Yeah, I have horizontal binocular diplopia. I haven't had that one before, but that doesn't sound good. $9 frames and £49 to fin mine online is so much cheaper. Mine are getting better every year now. Whoop! Yeah. You made work pay for them? Fair enough. Yeah, I wish I could get away with it. I started, like, when I was 12, I knew I needed glasses. Basically, I was at school, and, like, things were blurry, but I didn't really know that they were different. And then one of my classmates got a pair of glasses, and I'd, like, had a sneaking suspicion that maybe, like, I needed glasses, but I didn't really think about it. But so she had a new pair of glasses, and all of us were just kind of trialing them on just for the fun of it. And I put them on, and then suddenly the world was there, and I was like, holy moly. Yeah, so I kind of came home and went to mum and went, I need glasses. And so it took a bit, but yeah, we went to the eye doctor, and they're like, yeah. So I was 12 when I got my first pair, and that was just for distance for reading the board initially. But I'd always been an accident prone kid, and so there's a couple of factors that go into why I was a very accident prone kid. But everyone was like, maybe this is why she bangs into stuff so much, like maybe she actually needs glasses. And then, yeah, once I started wearing glasses, I realized just how badly I had been seeing. So, pretty much consistently from the age of 12, I wore glasses. Yeah. Everything has a drop shadow, yeah. Off to bed now. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Fingers crossed that I will catch your stream tomorrow, Jess. But thank you so much for being here. Lovely to chat with you as always. Get that good sleep. I'm going to try my best to catch your stream tomorrow, even though I think it's 6 a.m. start time for me. But we'll see. We'll see. Depends what time I go to bed tonight. Maybe I just won't go to bed. It is Friday night. I could do more manic colouring. We could have a manic Friday night colouring stream again. I do like Friday night colouring streams. I think if I'm going to do a night stream, like Friday night feels like the night to do it. I remember going to the optician when I was 5 and my vision was fine, but he said I'd become short-sighted when I got older. Luckily, older coincided with my work. Starting to work in office environments. Yes, that's nice. I'm glad that they do that. Yeah, no, I have a couple of reasons why my eyesight is the way it is. A big part of why my eyesight deteriorates so much is ankylosing spondylitis. So that is my autoimmune inflammatory condition. It is an arthritic autoimmune inflammatory condition, so it affects my bones, but I have it with a subtype that means that my condition also likes to attack other things and cause inflammation, which is why we have like IBS, for example, and polycystic ovaries. But I also, again, have another thing called uveitis. And uveitis is basically inflammation in the eye. So any form of disease that you hear itis at the end of it, itis is inflammation. So hepatitis is inflammation of the liver, because hepa is liver. So hepatitis, inflammation of the liver. So uveitis is inflammation of the eye. And basically, yeah, my eye swells up and down and stuff like that. I have to get onto steroids pretty quickly when it happens. But the funny part in all of this is because it swells up and down, it can cause scarring on your eyes. And when I was, I think about 18 or so, I went to an eye doctor's appointment because, again, I had, had deterioration of the eye. So they were checking up in my eye and they were doing some things. And one of the doctors was looking in my left eye and was like, and spent ages like shining the light right in there and was like, have you ever been in a car accident? I was like, no, I've never been in a car accident. And he was like, were you dropped on your head as a baby? I was like, no, what kind of doctor asked that? Like, I'm pretty sure that would be in my medical file if that was a thing. It's like, this is just so weird. You've got such scarring in your left eye. And I had to go for like quite a few different scans. And no one could figure out where the scarring come from. And I was 18 at the time. And I, at that point, had been having occasional days where my knee would like puff right up and then my knee would puff right down or stuff like that. But I was a bigger girl and it was just kind of like, oh, maybe I just sprained my knee or maybe I just did this. Like, I didn't think of it. No one really thought of it, We didn't know what it was. But yeah, it was such a strong memory because I came out from the medical appointment and I went to Mum and I was like, Mum, was I ever dropped on my head as a baby? And she's like, no. And so I was telling her about the scar and she's like, the only thing I can think of is to use forceps to pull you out. But like, we couldn't explain it. Like, nobody could explain it. And then it wasn't till I was in my late 30s when I had the big flare up where it attacked my whole body and I got hospitalized. And so we were looking into things and then I learned about uveitis. And then I had a flare up where it did affect the eye. So I had to go to the eye specialist. He's like, yep, it's uveitis. And I was like, would that explain the scarring on my left eye? And so he looks back at my file. He goes, yeah, this is uveitis scarring. I was like, this whole time we've never known what the scarring is. And I was like, that was there when I was 18. He's like, I can see that in your records, which shows how far back you've been experiencing flare-ups from your autoimmune condition. So yeah, I laugh at it. I laugh at it now. Like, to me, it's such a strong memory of ringing my mum and going, did you drop me on my head as a baby? was like, where did this come from? But yeah, now it's just one of those things that now we know. But we didn't know at the time. So yeah. No, you broke your coffee mug? No. No, not good when you break your mugs. Heaven forbid I break my triple mug. I got mine when I was 8, but I didn't start wearing until 17 when I started driving. We need to stream for Yana? Yeah, that's true. That's true. We've got to keep Yana entertained. Yeah, no promises, because by the time I'm done work, I might be like done. But also the lovely Cassie or the lovely Ruby may be streaming. I don't think Ruby is free tonight. I think tomorrow is when she's next free. And then, you know, I may have other people streaming, so I may watch other people. But I'm not opposed to it. Vi may be streaming if she doesn't go to a concert. Thank you for streaming, Amy. Really enjoyed taking part in the stream. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you're here, Rebecca. It's been lovely having you here. I know time zones make it a bit difficult sometimes, but you're always welcome to hang out. Even if you just want to lurk in the shadows, if you're not feeling particularly social, always feel free to hang. It's always lovely to have new friends here. And I'm so glad you joined us. I was having a bad... No. Oh. Yeah. Read my mind. I was talking about people who may be streaming today, and I'm like, well, Vi's not going to a concert, possibly, so if Vi's home, Vi may be streaming, and then Cassie may stream later on, too. You never know. Because it's also Friday night, and I'm like, do I do a night stream? But then I may have people to watch. But then again, I could also... Heck, I could jump into a phone call, and we could all stream, and we could all colour together. Like, this is an option. This is an option. But this will be after work, because I've got work first. Yeah. I would stream if my mother-in-law wasn't streaming for 300 years. That's so good. Streaming is... I love streaming. This is why it's the type of content that I primarily make. I don't make a lot of recorded videos. Oh, that's right. It's your game night. I remember now, Cassie. Friday night is game night. Yes. That's okay. That's okay. Well, then maybe I will be. We'll never know. Because also, by the time I'm done work, might be Vi's in time. If she does stream. This is no pressure. This is no pressure. Because also, it's not a guarantee that I'll stream. But these are just things that are running through my head. Because it is Friday night. Yeah. You do need to stand soonish. Thank you, AA. Yes, I do. Yeah. Love that. Yeah. I know, the Friday night streams, the couple of times I have done it, like I know it doesn't work for a lot of y'all for time zone, but then there's a lot of people who don't get to come to my regular streams that it really does work for. It's funny because my daytime streams, like my YouTube audience, very, very big during the daytime, but then if I do night streams, my Twitch audience is where it's like goes big. So it's definitely different people on different platforms too. But I mean, I do get people across both platforms at all times. This is why we dual stream as well, so you can be on the platform that you're comfy with. But it's something funny that I've noticed is that like YouTube is popping during the day and then Twitch will be the popping at night. Also getting my nails did today. Nice. Look, I got fakes on today. Nothing particularly fancy, but I have learned that I really like the shape. I feel like the shape is, I like it a lot more. The little almond. Yeah, I used to like be like square tip, and then it's like the square tips get caught on everything. And the round is cute, but the almond coming to the little point, like I catch so much less on stuff and it feels like you've got sharp stabby nails, but they're not overly stabby nails. I know, I really like almond shape. I mean, yeah, I have quite a few different filters on my mic to try and not pick up background noise. I am someone who does burp a lot, and I try not to, but also, like, I literally don't have control of a burp. I will be talking and I will burp. I will be sitting there and then it's like, I'm gonna burp and then burp. Like, there's no chance to stop it. It just comes out of nowhere, and it's a no-win thing with me. And like, I do feel bad about it, but also I can't help it. It's just a natural part of the body process. Now, luckily, I believe I don't think I've genuinely ever farted on stream. I grew up in a house where, like, it was very much loud and proud. Toilet humor was very much a thing, and everyone jokes that I am too much like my grandmother, because I would always be like, yeah, whatever, gross. Whereas the rest of my family was cracking up laughing at it. But me and my nana are very similar. Like, the joke is, my nana used to say, the tone of this conversation is beneath us. And so I will often, when they start joking about it, will be like, the tone of this conversation is beneath us. But of course I have, you know, nibblings, and they think farts are the funniest things in the world, which of course my mum and my uncle also will crack up laughing at fart jokes, and my brothers, and it's like, yeah, cool, let's just keep this going for multiple generations. But it's also completely natural, like, it's fine. Yeah, I love almond as well. Not sure what to get done this time. I can't decide on anything. I've never had my nails professionally done, but that's because I've usually been a nail biter, and then by the time they've grown out, I don't feel the need to have fake nails. So yeah, I just slap on fakes. But I slap on fakes to try and grow them out, and then once they're grown out, I don't get fake nails done. But maybe I should treat myself, because I've been struggling to grow them out this time. So maybe I should be like, if I can get myself to grow them out to a point where I could get fake nails done and get something nice done on them. It's also the money that I begrudge. To just grow them out and then do my own designs on them. Well, it's done square, but I think something more pointy would be nice next time I get them done. Yeah, I don't know. I used to always love square, but I'm really enjoying almond. I feel like I can have them longer as well and not feel as encumbered by them. Like, I can still type and I can still do things. So, yeah. I love square when they're short, but longer I go almond. You should try it. So cute. Luckily, my friend became a nail tech a year ago, so I've been going to her since my nails are so healthy now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that would be also a concern of mine, because I've heard very much horror stories in nail salons, Cassie. So, yeah. I'm a square nail person, but I did have almonds a few weeks ago and did enjoy it. I did call my son. He's a bubble. Oh, 2. That's adorable, Amy. I love that age where they're like, yeah, they're just so cute. That age where they're starting to learn and get interactive and respond to you, and they become, you know, just a bit more engaged with the world. Just adorable. I mean, they're adorable when they're little, but they're also just like sitting there, you know? When they start getting a little bit more interactive and you can actually play with them and chat with them and stuff like that. It just, yeah. My nibblings all now talk. Until we get more nibblings, if we get more nibblings. But currently all the nibblings are at an age where they all talk in various states, and super cute. Yeah, I still don't know if I will. Again, I've never had my nails professionally done. I have slapped on fakes many a time, and then once they grow out to a certain point, I just paint them. But it could be nice to actually get them professionally done for once, especially if they're getting to that sort of point where they have grown out a lot, but they're not fully grown out yet. But that's also money. And it's like, I could also buy a colouring book for that money. So, priorities. Yeah, it's something I've talked about before, but it's a really good state of indication for me is what state my nails are in. I am someone that does get anxiety, and my nails very much reflect that. So when they're good, and they'll grow out and they'll be amazing, and then I'll have an anxiety attack, and then they'll be short again until I can get them back out to a point. But then once they're out, they're great. Yeah. Find their own personalities? Yeah. Mine is 6 months and super happy constantly, and the other son is 12 and always grumpy. Yep. We, one of my nibblings used to, like, was very good at communicating how they were feeling. So it was like, I'm happy, I'm hungry, I'm cold, and he was grumpy. But instead of grumpy, because they couldn't quite say grumpy, they would say they're gumpy. And they would just stomp their feet and go, I'm gumpy, gumpy, gumpy. We're like, why are you grumpy? Little nibbling. I want chocolate. You can't have chocolate. You've just had chocolate. I'm gumpy. I want chocolate. You get the little videos of them stomping and going, gumpy, gumpy, gumpy. It's like, yep, I'm grumpy too, child. Yeah, I noticed you recently your nails look sore. Yeah, I've had some really bad anxiety with the nails, which is why these. But then they've also been so raw, I haven't been able to put fakes on them, which is also why I've been wearing bandages on them and stuff like that too, to also try to stop. Yeah, it's just one of those things with me. And it sucks because it's not like I'm a live streamer who like plays video games or, you know, like I have my fingers right here, and then it's also like nail biting, and it's like, I know it's not good, but it's just the reality of who I am, and I can try to hide it, but also some days I can't. Some days my fingers are that raw. And that's because anxiety. But we're good. We're good. I am aware. It is something I do get quite self-conscious of some days. I'm pretty good at like I stream here and I talk about the fact that I literally just roll out of bed and stream in my pajamas. I don't wear a bra. I'm trying to be comfy. I don't care. My comfort is the most important thing. So like literally I'm sitting here in pajama pants and a blanket hoodie, and that's what I stream in. I don't wear makeup. I just slap my hair back. Like at the end of the day, as long as I'm comfy, I'm good. And some days I'll put in more effort. Some days I'll do makeup. I haven't done makeup in a long time. But yeah, I've got streams where I do like a full glam because I want to dress up, you know. At the end of the day, I will stream in whatever I feel comfy in, and I feel most comfy in pajamas. So I don't really care about any of that. But yeah, occasionally I do get a little hung up on how my nails look on stream, because I'm aware as well that it's not cool. Like you as the audience member might not feel comfy viewing them as well. But also I can't always just put on fakes because I am actually allergic to nail glue, so it's actually really irritating for me to wear fakes, particularly when they are at a certain point. And of course if I've just, you know, attached them, they're raw. So yeah, that means that some days you are going to get raw nails, but again, it is a representation of who I am. When the nails are good, the nails are good. And when we're not, the nails aren't. And that's just how it is. Yeah. I never noticed stuff like that. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I do, but that's because it's my own hang up. But that's on me, you know? It's a me thing. It's not actually something to worry about. I love streamers who just stream how they are comfortable, because sometimes I feel like I gotta get glam and everything, but it's like, no, make yourself comfortable. Exactly. I used to be a little bit more conscious about it when I first started, and now I'm just like, meh. Meh. I used to, for a long time, always put on like a green CC thing and just balance out the redness of my skin, but again, that I get dry, irritable skin. So it's like, put that on and then my face is itchy and I'm sitting here wanting to scratch my face consistently because I'm itchy, because dry, itchy skin. Yeah. We are our own worst critics. Exactly. And the thing is, like, the things that I get hung up on for me, I never blame anyone else for. And that's been a big thing for me, is I will stop and go, would I judge anyone else for this? It's like, no, I wouldn't. So why am I judging myself for it? And when you start wording it like that and thinking of it like that, then it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't actually matter so much. So that is why I will stream even if my nails aren't feeling great. If I'm not feeling great about my nails, because I wouldn't judge anyone else for having bad bitten nails, because I get where that's coming from, because that's me. That's what I do as well. And in turn, like, I'm not gonna begrudge anyone for streaming with it, so why would I begrudge myself? And it's like, yeah, why do I? So no, it doesn't matter, let's stream. So yeah, anyone, like, anything that you're hung up on, like, we wouldn't judge anyone else for it, so why are you judging yourself on it? Like, why are you putting yourself on such a high level of perfectionism when you wouldn't put anyone else on that pedestal, you know? So when I started, like, rethinking and retraining my brain to not be so hung up on it for myself, it helped a lot more. I mean, I admit there are days when I'm a bit like, oh god, the nails aren't looking great today, and that's okay. Like, we have those days, but again, I'm still gonna stream. I'm not gonna let it not be a thing for streaming. We are our own worst critics, but at the end of the day, if we expand out, if you wouldn't put it on anyone else, why are you putting it on yourself? You are deserving of the love that you give other people. And I will say that again, you are deserving of the love you give other people. Because I know we're bad sometimes about loving ourselves. Sage advice, Amy. I judge myself so harshly even though I don't judge anyone else for the same things. Exactly. And we all do it. We all do it. So, yeah. If only we could see ourselves as the way others people see us. Yeah, I wish there was a way that we could... Like, I do have a few friends that, like, when I'm trying to explain to them how much joy they are in my life, and it's like, I wish I could show people how I see them, because I know for me, like, there's this natural joy that people have when they're talking about something that they're passionate about. If they're, you know those people that just radiate a glow of positivity and light and happiness. It's what I try to be in the world, again, because I love it when I find those people and I'm like, yes, you are going to become my best friend and I'm going to glomp onto you, and I do. I glomp onto them. And I am lucky that I have a lot of people in my life that like that. And I know that you can be a positive, joy, light-filled person but have really bad days, and some of them will message and be like, yeah, I'm not feeling great today, and then I'll be like, cool, and try and send through and try and communicate to them how much they are a light in this world, because it's really important too. Like, hype up your friends, people. Hype up people. Tell people how awesome they are, because we don't hear it enough too. So, you know, it's definitely my love language is words of affirmation. Is one of my strong things. I will be your personal cheerleader. I am the biggest cheerleader for my friends. I love to put out there and radiate just how much they mean to me and how beautiful they are as people. But it's like, sometimes I don't have the words to fully describe the light that they are. And it's like, I wish you could just see what I see when I look at you, because you're like a neon sign of awesomeness. It's like, there's no words to describe how I see people. It's like, I just need you to visualize it. You attract what you put out to the world. Yeah, I'm a big believer that you get the energy that you put out into the world. So again, I really try to be a positive, joyful light in this world, because that's what I want around me, is positivity and joy and love and kindness. And like, to be that, to get there, you need to be that. So that's what I try to do. I put out what I want. I have something saved on Insta. I'll send it to you, Amy, if I can find it. It's relatable to this conversation. Fantastic. But yeah, there are a lot of people in my life who are wonderful, wonderful, light-filled, special, glittery awesomeness bubbles. A lot of y'all are in here. Yeah. Oh, it's cold. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing people in this world. And yes, there are some not so amazing ones, but we just pretend they don't exist. We focus on the amazing ones and celebrate the amazingness. Because, again, cool people in the world. I bet you all could, like, drop something cool about yourself right now. I know it's hard, but we all have something. It's like, I'm actually kind of cool for this, you know? No, I love that. No. Rosalind sounds delightful, and I'm glad you have that friend. We all need that friend. We all need that person to go, I feel like crap today. Remind me why I'm not crap, you know? I can't believe I've spent nearly 2 hours just colouring a tree. I haven't really done a lot else. I've just coloured a tree. Oh, but it happens. Right, I do want another brown, though. I want, like, a warmer, lighter brown. It's going to pull out Van Dyke brown, but that's not the right brown. I want Bistro. I want to have, like, a warmer tone to these wraps. So we can just put them over the top, like the more dried bark. And then we'll do a little stand, because I also need to pop to the bathroom, because I have coffee, and then water, and then soup, and then energy drink. And so I need to pop to the bathroom. It's a good tree, though. Yeah, we like a good tree. I'm calling a sleep time again. No worries. If you are falling asleep, please feel free to go and drift off into that peaceful land. I wish you a good sleep full of lots of rest, so you can wake up refreshed and renewed for an exciting day tomorrow. It's nearly midnight on a work night. Yeah. I know the times don't work too well for a lot of y'all, but if you need to go to bed, please feel free to go to bed. Time zones are a thing. This is, you know, I know a lot of you gotta go. Don't feel obligated to stay if you need to go and get your rest. There'll always be a VOD, there'll always be another stream. I will send you cat tax before I go. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. Alright. Oh. Oh, I need to let Mum know about that one. Okay. Just need to. Alright. Look at the little fur baby fluff. They look like a fluff pancake. Oh, look at Kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. It's my small pencil eating cat. Her name is Chia. Oh, so pretty. Juliet Colors. Hello, hello. Kia ora. Look at that pretty. I love the like pancake fluff here. Something about the way that they're sitting there. They just look like a pancake. It's great. Oh, thank you for sharing, Amy. Very, very gorgeous. Okay, Juliet, welcome in. Thank you for keeping the tradition alive of somebody just arrives in the channel and Amy takes a break. Seems to always be the case, but yes, we are going to take a 2-minute break here so I can pop to the bathroom because I need a bathroom break. So this is a really good opportunity if you need to hydrate, stretch, grab a drink, grab washing out of machine, or any form of self-care that you can look after yourself, put the dishwasher on, you know, anything like that. It'll just be a couple of minutes and then we'll be right back. Oh, it's chilly now. Okay. Back to that. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Whew, my hands are cold now. Nope. All right. Oh, I just noticed as well. Apologies, Mana. I've just seen your picture as well with the clipboard, Kitty. Sorry, I got a message. I got a ton of messages all at once. We also have Mana's little kitty. Look at that. Look at that pretty ginger baby. It's weird seeing myself in the background. But yes, definitely no colouring. No colouring today. Oh, look at the toe beans, right? So cute. Oh my goodness. Alright, whoops, my bad. Am I gonna get stung if I play this on stream? Probably. Oh, that's really good. Okay, screw it. We're gonna play it on stream. Yeah. Right. Now the question is, can I even do this? Right. Pause that there. Doesn't even look like it's got sound that's playing anyway. Okay. I want to open you in a separate. It's not going to let me do it. Okay. So it should work this way. Alright, so I might have to read it out because it doesn't appear to be playing sound for me. The ironic thing about life is that you are a different person to everyone you meet. To some, you're quiet. To others, you never stop talking. So, some remember you for kindness, others for the time you walked away. You're a villain in someone's story, a hero in others, and to most, you're just a passing thought, a name they once knew. You don't exist as one person, but as countless versions of yourself, shaped by fleeting moments and personal perceptions. And here's what's unsettling. You'll never truly know yourself the way others do. You will never hear your own laughter the way someone else does. You will never see the way your absence feels. It lingers in a room you used to fill. To yourself, you are just you. But in reality, you are 1,000 different stories, some of which you will never get to read. It's really good. Oh, I know why it didn't play sound, because I have Instagram muted on my computer, just in case I accidentally autoplay something in a message. Forgot about that. Oh, there we go. But yeah, that's really good. That's a really good way to think about it. The unwritten pages and other people's stories. Or the unread pages and other people's stories. It's a really good way to think about it. Oh, itchy, itchy, yeah. That's my guy. Polly on all filthy. Oh. Right. Think my fingers are warming up. You to yourself, you're just one person, but to everyone you meet, you're someone different, and you'll never know them. Yeah, like just the various variations of yourself that are entirely different. Because we'll never know ourselves as someone else knows us, so. Your hands are cold too? Yeah, my hands are just... I mean, I know why, because I just washed my hands, so they're cold, but... Yeah. It is actually quite cold today. It's that ice in the air. Alright, so still got... the wood of the house. And I gotta keep in mind that I want the house to have a little bit of a glow. So take that yellow. Start sketching in some of our yellow highlights for glow of the yellow. Could go for some warm soup or something. That's why I had soup for breakfast. I mean, honestly, it's what I felt like, and it's one of my, like, doesn't hurt my tummy food, so it was also like a easy breakfast food. But yeah, I like soup for breakfast, but I like soup. Soup is a good food. This one wasn't my favorite soup I've ever had. It was a pre-made soup sachet thingy bob from the deli. I got it on clearance at supermarkets when I went to look for the other bits. So this one was a bit salty for my liking. It wasn't as balanced as some of them, but it wasn't bad. It was a chickpea noodle soup, like a knockoff, not a knockoff, but you know, like a chicken noodle soup, but it was done with chickpea. So it was quite lovely. It was just a bit salty for my liking. Oy. Oh, so I might actually have to turn the heater on now. It's actually really cold. What could I put more on of first? I could put on more socks. No, I really couldn't. And my feet aren't cold at all. It's just my hands and it's my upper body. And I've got 3 layers on my upper body, so... Alright, did I... No, I left my door wide open. Alright, 2 ticks. No point trying to warm up the room if the door's wide open, so close the door. You're gonna find something warm for breakfast. Good idea. Hopefully you find something warm and tasty. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to order pizza. I don't need to order pizza. I had pizza semi-ready recently. I don't need to order pizza, but part of me is like, I just kind of want to order pizza. Because I want that hot pre-made food. It's only 11 o'clock. Like, you know? I also really like pizza. Pizza's like one of my favorite foods, so I'm just like, But also then I'll look at the price of it and be like, I can't justify that. I have to go and pick it up. And then I have to go and pick it up. What is the pizza of the day? If they even have one, because it is regular pizza night for a lot of people. Deals. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, no pizza of the day though. Okay. Oh, think about that. Do you all have that, like, one food that is just like your comfort food that you just go to? I don't need to eat pizza. I really shouldn't eat pizza. I freaking love pizza. I should not be eating pizza because I've just been having an IBS flare up and we're just starting to settle down. So we really shouldn't be eating that right now. No. No, no, no. We will not be doing that. That is more logical, Amy. It's how my brain goes, though. My brain's like, oh, we feel better. We want pizza. No. No, 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 no. Oh, I never had my iron brew while all our UK friends were here. I know we got some of our UK friends still here, but... oh well. If I do stream tonight, maybe I'll have it tonight. Vampire Beck's still here. That's so good. So I said, I know we've still got some of our Europe friends still here, because I know some of y'all nighttime owls. But then I know there's a few that are like, bed bye. And that's also valid. Like, you gotta look after yourself. Do what you gotta do. Oh, my head is very itchy all of a sudden. It's because my hair needs a wash really badly. I'm hoping I'll have the spoons to do it on the weekend. I washed it like the day before surgery because I knew I wouldn't be able to wash it for a few weeks after. Venko should be able to manage washing it now. It is a big effort to wash here. It's a lot of stretching and stuff, so I was a little conscious about that I might not be able to wash my hair for a few weeks post-surgery. Should manage now, but... it's also the effort of, like, doing it. I have in the past, and I know I'm not the only person that does this. There's a chain of salons called Just Cut, which is, like, a really... like, it's a very cheap place to go and get your hair cut. Doesn't mean that they're bad. Like, they do the job. But they're based in the mall. And I've gone there before. And I'm not the only one with a disability who does this, because you can go there and pay them to wash your hair. And it's only like 12 to 15 bucks. So... I did that when I... there was a time when I broke both my legs. So I had a moon boot on one leg and a cast on the other, and then my parents rolled me over to the mall, and we paid them to wash my hair because I desperately needed to wash my hair because it was so greasy. They're like, yeah, no, we do this all the time in this situation for people who have like broken bones or people that are, you know, limited mobility. There's some people who just don't have the energy to wash their own hair, and I'm like, yeah, I could imagine that. Now I very much imagine that. So I have gone over there before where I just legit just did not have the energy to wash my hair, and they will, you pay them and they'll wash your hair for you. And it's fantastic, and it's like getting a free head massage as well, as part of it. And if you go when they're really, really quiet and they've got time to kill, they'll like spend ages washing your hair. Yeah. So yeah, I might just legit go and say to them, hey, can you wash my hair if I can't be bothered doing it, because it is already a lot of energy to wash your hair when you're limited mobility. Like, hair wash day, I mean, I know a lot of us know hair wash day is already a big enough day. So yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I have been thinking about getting my hair cut again, because it is getting quite long. I did chop off a bunch myself recently, but I was thinking about getting it chopped back up to here, which is kind of where I like it. We vibe with the same braid style, even with latency. Yeah. I'm telling you, we vibe. We vibe across oceans. But yeah, part of me is like, I might just go and get them. Because I do pay them to drop my hair, because it's such a simple cut. Like, it's just a... and you're done, basically. And I can layer it myself and chop off a bit myself, but... like, when I layer it, it's still like not quite sure enough, so part of me is like, oh, I should just pay them to chop it, just get it chopped back up there. Yeah, it's long enough that I can wear it down without too much irritation, but if I need to tie it back, I can still do it into a low pony or into two little pigtails. And I quite like that. We're getting to the point now where it is forming a bit of a heavy bun on the top of my head. But then part of me is like, oh, do I just grow it out again as well? Because I do enjoy when it's also really long. Yeah. I had a bunch of it chopped off a little while ago. And then I chopped off I gave myself a bit of a chop to chop out the last of the bleach. So now my hair no longer has any elements of bleach or blue in it. And then, yeah, part of me is like, do I re-bleach, you know? Sleep great while in surgery. I mean, yeah, you're kind of forced to sleep while you're in surgery, so you're going to sleep great. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow's thing, because if I do, I'll have to go to the mall. And yeah, they're great to go to on a Thursday night, actually, that place, because they're dead on a Thursday night. So that was when I used to do it, but I used to just live across the road from the mall when I was in my apartment in the centre of town, so it was real easy for me to just sort of wander over the mall and be like, hey, I'm in a lot of pain, can I pay you guys to wash my hair? And they'd do it, because it was great. It was just real easy, and they'd wash it. I didn't ever, like, they didn't blow dry it or anything. I didn't pay for any of that. Sometimes they might if they were a bit quiet and he just wanted to play around. It's like, yeah, go for it. But yeah, I could just pay him to wash my hair and just be like, cool, done. And then I didn't have to, like, stress about it. Yeah. Hair colour is such maintenance. Yeah, that's the whole reason I stopped dyeing my hair blue. I just ran out of energy to maintain it. I do miss my blue hair. I liked having blue hair. I know the blue hair was fun, and I actually really suited the colour. I loved having blue hair. I just don't love the energy to maintain it, and I can't afford to pay someone to do the bleach and colouring. So yeah, I reached a point where the regrowth on it was so significant. I was like, you know what, I might as well just grow it out, because if I want to go back to blue, it'll be better to start with a fresh load of hair. Like, the regrowth was basically down to my ears at that point. I was like, nah, we'll just grow it out. So fully grew it out, and then yeah, at this point it's like, I mean, Okay, let me go to the screen. Oh, come on, press the button. So at this point, you can see very clearly I have some very prominent grey streaks, which I don't really care about. Like, you know, I have grey hairs. I've had grey hair since I was 18. Whatever. Grey hairs is fine. So I have some very prominent grey streaking around my hair. And that's not going to go away. But it's the effort of, like, going blue again. But it is a really fun colour. It is just like... I think I have photos. I'm sure I used to have photos on my computer of all my hair colours. I swear I'm missing a lot of my photos. Like, I don't know where half the stuff is gone. Let me just sort it out. I know I've got a folder on Facebook of me in all the different colours anyway. Yeah. We'll find it eventually. You just have to trust me, I have blue here. I think because all I can do is nothing, then I'm not using any energy and not getting tired. Yeah, but you're also healing, and healing does actually take a lot of energy. It's very much a case that healing takes a lot of spoons. But yeah, it is hard when you aren't sleeping as well, so I hope you find that soon, Yana. You deserve a hair wash at that place? Maybe, yeah. The only problem with it actually is then I have to go out of the house. And I'm also feeling too lazy to get out of the house. It won't happen today. It might be tomorrow if I can't be bothered tomorrow when I shower. And then maybe I'll pop to the mall and go and get my hair washed. And just, yeah. If I don't have the spoons to do it tomorrow. And I feel like I'm going to stretch and hurt myself if I wash my hair. Yeah. You had rich blue, it was nice. And yeah, it was always very much like a royal blue was my colour. I started off with quite a dark blue. Like I used to put a little bit, I used to custom make my blue. It was mostly Arctic Fox Poseidon blue. But then I'd add in a little bit of the Transylvania black. And it would make more like a navy blue. And so when I first started, it was like a very dark royal blue. And then it would fade to more royal blue. And then it would fade more green, and eventually get to like a teal aqua colour. And that was then when I would re-dye it. And I would usually be able to get away with a month and a bit, and then I would do a colour refresh, so I'd put more blue in, and then I could go two to 3 months before I needed a bleach. So it was like I could stretch it to 3 months this way, bleach every 3 months, but recolor every month and a half. And it would mean I'd have about a, you know, like most of the time when you have colored hair, they're like every 6 weeks you've got to have a re-bleach. And I didn't want to bleach my hair every 6 weeks, so instead I would recolor every 6 weeks, but I'd only bleach every month and a half. I mean, it was a good routine and it worked really well. But yeah, the effort of bluifying hair is a lot, especially because my natural colour is very dark. So it's a very strong bleach. And yeah. But another reason why I went dark blue was so I didn't have to go so perfectly pale white. I could go quite yellow blonde. So yeah, I never lifted it all the way, which is one of the reasons why my hair actually wasn't too bad of a condition, even with all the bleaching over the years. And then of course I was only bleaching the new regrowth. So yeah, I was white blonde like Khaleesi, and it was every 4 weeks. Yeah, I could imagine, because I did really want to for a while go like quite pale blue, like a powder blue or cotton candy blue, like really pale blue. And then I realized to do that I was going to have to bleach the shite out of my hair. I was like, nope. So yeah, that's where I stuck with the darker blue. And once I found dark blue and kind of realized that I really liked the color and I really liked how it looked on me, I just really stuck with the dark blue, because I did my first ever hair color was pink. I did pink, and then I did purple, then I did pink, purple, blue, tiered. And then I think I did purple again, and then I ended up going to blue for some reason. I really liked blue, and I just kind of stuck with blue ever since. Hey Brittany, welcome in. Sounds like you've been doing some shopping. That's fabulous. My hair lifts as light as it can be because I'm already blonde. Yeah. No, I am like naturally, I'm brown technically, like it's technically brunette, but it's so close to black. Like it's such a dark brown, it might as well be black. So it's a lot of levels to bleach through. So yeah, that's the worst part of it, is the bleaching. And that's why if I did it again, I'm aware that I'm going to also have to re-bleach everything. And it's like, oh, can I be bothered? But then part of me is like, I kind of want to be bothered because I miss my blue hair. If I did though, I would chop off a lot of my hair though. Start off with a smaller amount to bleach and then let it grow out and re-bleach. Yeah, I do kind of miss my blue hair. I love blue hair. It's fun. It is virgin hair, so it's going to bleach easily, which is the reason why I know I could do it, because that's what happened last time. Is it's virgin hair. The first time I bleached it. I mean, it's still going to be an effort. It's still going to require 2 passes, because we'll do 1 pass, not including the roots, in 1 pass, and then we'll do a 2nd pass to get the roots plus finish lightening the ends. So it's still going to be a 2-pass job. It's still a lot. But again, it doesn't have to go to like level 9 or level 10. You know, it can go a bit more yellowy if you're dyeing your hair blue, dark blue, but it's still a lot. Red hair is very difficult to dye. That is correct. I have a cousin who is a natural redhead, very ginger. And they tried to dye their hair blue and it went very, very green. And they did also give themselves some chemical burns, I believe, because they didn't do their scalp correctly. Because it's also like, so I used to color my own hair, but I was very, like, I had an absolute routine for it. So at the moment my hair is so oily and greasy that it'd be fantastic to bleach right now. I don't use any products in my hair. I don't straighten my hair or anything like that. So when it came time to bleach my hair, because I had no products in it, I didn't have to wash it or anything. Instead, I would not wash it and not wash it for a long time, so it would get really, really, really greasy. Because the natural oils of my hair protected me as I bleached my hair. And then I would use the bleach and I would do the bleaching of my hair and lift it to as light blonde as I was going, but it was never very light blonde. It was still a very yellow blonde, but again, I was putting a navy blue over the top, so it would have a little bit of a green tint to it, but I was okay with a little bit of a green tint. And the flip side of protecting my hair a bit more. Yeah, you have to be very, very careful with the bleaching. And I mean, I knew I wasn't I had patches that I would miss and stuff like that, but I was always of the opinion of like less bleach. I did dye my own hair for 8 years. I think it was 8 or 9 years that I've had the blue hair. I can't even remember where it was. It probably was coming up to, I think it was 2017, 2018. I think it was 8 years. Yeah, 2016 to 2024, I think. I think it was 8 years that I bleached my hair and then dyed it blue. Or different colours. I did a lot of different colours. But yeah, I was also very pedantic about looking after my hair. But I also, like, I'm very lazy with my hair in a sense. I didn't add any products, I didn't heat style it, I didn't do anything with it except the colour. And it was fun. I do miss my blue hair, as I was saying, but I also can't be bothered. And I ain't got the money to pay someone else to do the bleaching, which would result in a better bleach job. Perfection, hello, hello. Red dye is impossible to get rid of. Yeah, red dye is a lot. As is black here, if you've dyed your hair black as well. Brain having a blah blah day? No, it's all good. Yeah, there is like, it's not just a case of like slap on the hair bleach and just go for it as well. It's like there is stuff to it. It is a formula. It is, as you say, it is science. So like there's also, you know, like I keep saying like a lot. So one of the things I knew was with dyeing my hair blue, if I wanted to go back to my natural color, I knew I couldn't just chuck a brown on top, because the blue was like a temporary pigment, so it's not like it's a permanent pigment. But you can't just chuck a brown on top of a bleached hair strand, because you need to fill those pores, you need to build up the color. So that's why if your hair is like green and you want to go back to your natural brown, sometimes you have to fill in with a red first and then you can put your brown on top. Like there's actually a layering process to refill in the hair follicles once you've stripped out all those colors with the bleach. You can't just chuck a thing on top and call it done. Yeah, color correction. I mean, I was always of the opinion that like if I really screwed it up, I'd just shave my head. It was just here, it would grow back. But yeah, it can be a lot. But also with bleach, you can also do some serious chemical burns, so you know, be careful with bleach. Yeah, hairdressers are expensive for a reason. It is absolutely a reason. The reason why I ended up doing it myself was I did go to a hairdresser first, and I did say, you know, I want to bleach my hair really, really light so that I can put a colour on top of it, like a fun fashion colour. And the hairdresser refused to do it. So that's why I ended up doing it myself. But I went into it and I researched it as much as I possibly could to fully understand this process of how to do it. And it took me a while to get the hang of it properly. But yeah, that's why I started doing it. Sent me your super blonde. Oh wow, that is definitely like blonde also. So pretty. I can't like oh god, I keep on saying like. I'm doing a lot of like today. I can't imagine being that blonde. Like I do have a photo of me blonde when I was in between my colors. So it was very strange to see, but I'm aware for me, I suit cooler tones with my face. That's why the blue just kind of stuck so much with me. I liked being blue and I feel like it really suited my coloring. We toned that down. Yeah, I could imagine that would need quite a bit of toning. Again, when I was bleaching my hair, it was very, like, yellow. But I was chucking a dark navy blue over the top of it. Because of the... So I was like, I wasn't worried about toning, and I wasn't worried about the fact it was a bit more yellow than you would normally do for a coloured hair, because I knew I was chucking a very dark blue over the top of it. So it kind of balanced each other out, because colour vary. It was better to use less bleach on the hair. I'm probably the only hairdresser you'll ever meet that never dyed their hair. Or it's because you have gorgeous natural colour, Cassie. So... it is fun to play around with different things. But also, my brain's just like, you know what we should do? We should just shave off all your hair and get a bunch of wigs. Just get wigs, and then I can have rainbow coloured hair. And I don't have to go into all the effort. Wigs for everything. Yeah, my issue with wigs, and the reason why I haven't, is that I have difficulty putting on hats. So if I have difficulty putting on hats, how am I going to be with wig caps? Because ginormous head. But yeah, part of me is just like, I should just go for wigs. Screw hair, go for wigs. Never ever have to deal with hair again. Never have to do a hair wash. And get to change outfit with hair to coordinate with outfits. New colour each day, yeah. There's some good wigs out there now too. No, we have art docs. Art docs. Oh, that's so pretty. I like that image. This is what Perfection is working on, which is all in glitter pens. You can tell by all the sparkle. That's a really cool page, actually. I love the way all the glitter pens lay, too. Malpamini Chatsapanagatu. Believe it's Circle of Life, the book. Yes, Circle of Life. Love the glitter pens, yeah. I love a good sparkly page. Really enjoying it so far. I'm not surprised. It looks really, really neat. I have a friend with alopecia, so she has amazing wigs, but they cost her a lot of money. Yeah, I bet they would. Because, again, quality products usually do. And there are some very cheap, nasty wigs, but there's some really amazing quality wigs, too. But, again, I have ginormous head issues. It's always been a thing. Like, I've always crocheted my own beanies and stuff like that, because commercially made beanies just never seem to fit me. The only beanie I have ever found that fit me was one that was designed to be like a slouchy beanie, but it actually just fits me like a regular beanie. But I don't know if maybe I'm just like super sensitive to things being tight on my But yeah, it's like, you know, I went, because I've had, you know, the bleach colored hair for so long. When I went swimming, I was like, well, I want a swim cap to try and protect my hair because, you know, I've got bleached hair and chlorine in a pool and hair color. So I brought a swim cap, and when I went to the pools to buy this, I said to them, I need your largest swim cap possible. Does this fit like really, really strangely large heads? And they're like, yeah, no, I've never ever had one person complain that this one in particular is too small. It's our largest one. And it's like, sweet. Put it on. Can't even get it on. Finally managed to wiggle it on, and by the time I finished swimming, it's just like sliding up and up and up the head, and it's like just moving up and up and up off the head. And it's like, yeah, nah, doesn't fit. So yeah, I don't know what it is about hats. I've just never found hats that work for me, that fit me. And I have a few hats, like, I don't know if you can, let's switch to here for a second. Oi! And then, apologies for moving camera. So, you're not going to be able to see past that. So behind me up here is a toy shelf, and there's a couple of dragons, and there's like a witch's hat, and there's a couple of hats up there. So I have a couple of costume hats up there. None of them really fit me. I suffer them for the costumes. But, yeah. So I have hats, they just never fit. That's why Amy's so creative. Big head means big brain. Yeah. Your crowns look good. Yeah, I love my crowns. Again, they don't fit properly, but we make them do. But they each have like little clippy bits, or the more headband type ones. And then the full crown has a couple of bits so that you can put pins in it to keep it in place. So that's why those ones work, because they're not hats or designed to go like around the head, because it sits on top, and it barely sits on top. Have I ever shown you my crown? The only one I own? I don't think you have, Cassie. Love a good crown. Yeah. I'm sure you'll get back to it soon. It is just frustrating when you want to get back to it ASAP and you can't. Just pulling all my lap blankies back on my lap. My multiple blankets, aka one blanket, one dressing gown. That does the trick. I just realised how zoomed out we are too. Okay. I think we've got the trunks. I still think I want to do a little bit more yellow on them. I'm going to keep our yellow consistent. And if we go over a bit, it's really not the end of the world. Just little touches of yellow along the edges, not a huge amount here. So I really want the focus to be more on yellow in the background, but we'll do a little bit over the trees. Especially the trees that are closer back have a lot more yellow. Thank you so much, Perfection. Let's pull those out. Good old Van Dyke. Gonna use this for our treehouse itself, which we've done sort of like a yellow. It's a bit ochre-y in terms of a colour, so we need to introduce a lot more yellow into it because it is meant to be more of a yellow treehouse, and it kind of looks like ochre or tan. But we'll still start off by having a little bit of brown shading. Get our wood texture in. Clicking and editing. Oh, good, Zoe. You do what you need to do. I hope you're managing to smash through what you need to smash through in terms of editing. What is the 25th of July? I should probably do colouring plans video. I haven't even thought about what I'm colouring next month though, to be perfectly honest. I'm just really very much going on vibes at the moment. And again, I'm not really taking any buddies next month. I did get reminded of like a group buddy, but that doesn't happen. So I'm like, do I even have enough for colouring plans? Because right now I'm just really going off vibes. So maybe I just don't do colouring plans. Yeah. I had to send on Discord. No worries. No worries, Cassie. I can pop it up. Yeah. Went to colour page and dessert minis, and the pens I put out wasn't. So I had to sort. Yeah. you gotta sort them first. Yeah. Colouring plans and completed pages and a monthly freebie. Yeah. So I need to do the monthly freebie. I really need to do it this month. I haven't done it for a couple of months. I have to figure out what the heck the freebie is going to be. I don't know, yeah, completed pages is going to be a big one, because we're doing 3 months worth of completed pages. But yeah, I would normally do the monthly freebie with the colouring plans. Maybe I could make some colouring plans. I don't know, I'm very much going off vibes at the moment. I suppose the only thing I could do is I could do like some random draws and just see what like it pulls up for me. Because legit, there's nothing specific that I want to colour. I'm very much just going off of this is what I'm feeling at the moment to colour. Oh my god, Cassie, that's gorgeous. Open link. Open link. I want that crown. I can see why you have it. Ooh, this one also shows cute nails that match. Alright, so this is the crown Cassie is talking about, by the way. It's so pretty. Love, love, love. Love so much. It is so pretty. Also, these like little stars on the nail that kind of coordinate with the crown, which just a small detail, but I love. Look at the scroll work and stuff. Yeah, it's really gorgeous, Cassie, and you absolutely will have a reason to wear it. I mean, if anything, I traditionally wear a crown during my birthday stream, and I encourage everybody watching to wear the stream to wear crowns as well. So, you know, you have your accessory ready for my birthday stream. It's really pretty, though. Penny Tattoo is my favorite color. Yes, gorgeous. Yeah. Random picker? Yeah, I think a random, maybe I'll do some random picks because that's just really been the vibes, and then I can pull out a few random books and we can go through and choose pages. So yeah, long video for the win. Yeah, I prefer a long video too. I'm definitely someone who will do a long video. I like completed pages is going to be a bit for me to record, Brittany, but I would rather do one long video than 3 smaller videos. So yeah, it's okay. It's just going to be, a long one because again, we've got so many months to go through. And I mean, like, one of those months is really not a lot of pages, but these a bit because it's 3 months worth. So yeah, be right back. All good, Cassie. Yeah, maybe I'll just do some random picker pages, and then I can also figure out fabulous freebies and figure out the rest. Choose one mini if we get to vote. I do actually, because they're on the list of untouched books. I'll probably once I sort out. Well, all my Rita Bermans are now officially touched because I did 4 pages in them. I've done 4 pages this month from Rita Berman because I was in bed colouring all my Rita Bermans. What do I want? I want my drive. So I need to update my second copy of the pages after. Oh, they're not like the most detailed, amazing pages. They're just literally Neocolor 2s in the background and then super golden markers on top. They're very simple, but it was really quite fun. Like sometimes you just need these sort of pages. Oh. But that being said, I may do some more in them. Yeah, so it was just like simple little ones like that. Although that one page hadn't quite dried, so it did bleed through, so I got that fun to deal with. But that would be a fun one to take the colours across and do like a shared one. But yeah, that was just playing with Neocolor 2. And then same idea, Neocolor 2 and then shiny markers. Like, again, really, really simple, but just really fun. That was just perfect for what I wanted. And then we did the Galaxy style one. Which, that Galaxy I probably should have done a second coat on. But meh. It's fun. So again, it'll be fun to take the colours over there. And then I like this one. This one's fun. So yeah, I want to use the same colours over there too. But again, just Neocolor 2 and super golden markers. I think that's when I use some jelly rolls on too. Yeah, really, really simple colouring, but super fun and exactly what I wanted. So yes, all my Rita Bermans have now technically been touched. Yeah. Yeah, there are some people, Brittany, who don't like longer videos, but I know a lot of people who prefer longer videos. I prefer longer videos. If I'm not going to stop and watch the full video, then I pause it and come back to it. And that's okay. Like, enjoy the content that you enjoy. I enjoy long videos. I will forever post long videos, and I will watch people's long videos as well. It's great background noise. It's great to have in the background. And I would rather process one video than process 3 videos. Like, when I did my complete collection tour in January, that was 18 videos. And I was like, next year we're doing, I don't care if we take longer on sections. We're doing less sections. Because the first year I did the complete collection tour, I did it by shelf. No, I did sections, then I did shelf, and then I did sections again, because the shelves were a bit random. And so I don't know what I'm going to do next year. But yeah, I am going to... Colouring Heaven will be its own section. Kirby will be its own section somehow, because both of those two are my longest sections. But I don't know about the rest of them from there. Yeah. Now you have more books. Yeah. Yeah. One video is... Yeah, exactly, Zoe. It's so much easier to just do one video than 3 to 4. It's the same amount of editing, but it's less in terms of processing time. You don't have to worry about the intros and outros. Like, I would rather do one. So it'll be 20 parts. No! Yeah, I think, like... there's gonna have to be some sort of reformat next year in terms of how I do the books. I don't know what that looks like yet though. So yeah, what I am, because currently at the moment I have 49 untouched books according to my list, but I have to update my list. So it's almost like I need to do my completed pages bookwork, then film the plans, then film completed pages. But yeah, I think doing maybe a bit of a random draw with some of my unworked books. But I do have to update my list before I can do that. And then imagine if you started Jess's ranking videos. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It could be a lot. I was saying there I should at least do Mythomorphia, because I've got all of Kirby's books and I've got some opinions. Some people don't realize how much of our personal time we spend on. Yeah. So usually a way to think of it with YouTube is for every hour of content you watch on YouTube, there's probably 2 hours of editing. Now that's not always the case. I will admit with my videos, a lot of the time I'm trying to record things in one take so I can do minimal cuts and just slap on a start and an end. But yeah, a lot of the time things require a lot more cuts and a lot more editing, and people who do like really professional edited videos, like for 1 hour of content there will be 10 hours of editing. Editing actually takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, so I'm very like, I try to do it in one take because I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy sitting there recording videos. Like, I like showing off completed pages, but I prefer live streams. I prefer this. I prefer not sitting down with a script. I just go, I talk, and that's how I approach my videos. I don't have a script. I just go in and I talk, and that's why when people are like, can you do a recorded tutorial? It's like, it's kind of hard for me to like sit down and plan and figure out what I'm going to say, because that's not how I like to record. But if you you know, me doing a live and someone's going, can you explain how you would do this? I will stop and I will pull out the pieces and I'll do my best to explain it right then and there. But then you're also there to ask the questions directly. So it's a bit different. And I know, like, you know, I should pull these things out and have them separate so people can actually resource them and stuff like that. I'm not going to. Again, YouTube is the side hobby of my hobby. My hobby primarily is colouring. I like live streaming because I like hanging out and chatting with y'all. On the sideline of that, there is YouTube videos, and they're fun, and it's a great way to connect with people. And I enjoy completed pages and complete collection tours because I like talking about the colouring pages and showing what's happened and having that summary of, like, here's what I've done this month. I like that. I like going back and watching my own ones too and seeing what I did this time last year, this time the year before. Beyond that, I don't really like making videos. Yeah. I always appreciate how much time you spend us all give us such wonderful videos and live streams. Yeah, so with the live streams, obviously I don't have any editing, which is great. I just press a button and go live. I have stuff to do for live streams. I have to set up stuff, but once we're done, we're done. But also, anything I say live, I can't edit out. So we also try to be conscious of that. Not do things like accidentally show my address on stream, or, you know, accidentally flash people, or anything like that. At least some use teleprompters. I guess so. I could see some of the more professional people doing that. I don't. Yeah, no script, no plan, just dive in and talk. And this is why my completed pages are so rambly. Because it's like, wee, completed pages. This is why I do shorts of videos and completed books. You just don't have the energy. Exactly. And that's why, like, I also say you don't have to make content with colouring. Like, just enjoy your colouring. It's fine. I don't enjoy doing videos. I've come to realize this. I don't enjoy it. So, like, I will occasionally do videos if things are, like, I like doing completed pages and complete collection tour. Like, it's a big effort, but I do love having that yearly complete collection tour. Happy mail videos. I love doing a happy mail video just so I can have that first reaction to send to the person who sent me happy mail. And even then, if I know the person who sent it is in the live stream, like, I'm also aware I could just do it live. So that's cool as well. And then, yeah, I do want to do more, like, I do want to do the rank and rate series and different bits and pieces, but anything like that takes time away from colouring or something else right now, because a rank and rate, like, you have to pull out the entire series by the illustrator that you're ranking and rating, go through, choose your favourite pages in each of the book, figure out the order. So you probably got about, I don't know, with Kirby I probably need like a good hour or two to sit there, set everything up, maybe less, but you want to have time. You'd also want to kind of have an order and a reason to that order. So again, I would probably have to actually have a little bit of notes prepped of to why certain books are in certain orders, and then you record the video, which isn't necessarily just one take. You may need to do multiple takes. You may need to stitch things together. And this is, of course, providing your technology works correctly and you don't have to re-record, which is what I have to do sometimes because sometimes things don't work right. But yeah, so then again, another hour or so for the recording, maybe 2 hours for recording. And then once you've done all that, you've got another hour or two of editing to put up a 30-minute video. So yeah, and you've still got to make the thumbnail, you've still got to do the description, you've still got to make sure you're tagging all the people you need to tag, and then in turn when you post it, I should technically also be like cross-promoting on other platforms and going, this video is now live, which means you also then have to create posts for said platforms. And then if you really want to get into it, you should also be creating shorts of said video to get that out as well. It's like, but no, because again, content creation isn't the passion. It's not the plan. It's all time away from colouring. I'm exhausted just thinking about this whole process. Exactly, Millie Bands. Exactly. And I am very impressed with people who do all of this and do put in all that effort to make amazing content. I am not one of those people. I will press a button and go live because I like that instead. Speaking of going live, hello baby 420 Sloth. How are you? Thank you again so much for the raid and welcome back. Kia ora to all our raiders as well. I hope you had a good stream. What were you up to today, hum? And boom. Do the shout out because we can do the shout outs on Twitch. I'm losing my blankie. I was painting some clay grapefruit words. Some clay grapefruit slice and Charizard card. Nice. Grapefruit slices. That makes a little bit more sense. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh my gosh. Painting a Charizard. Yes. I need a Pokemon colouring book, I tell you. I did have one, but the paper was so terrible that I got rid of it. Because it's like, I'm never going to colour in this paper. I now know paint. I should have kept it to paint in. Because it would have been a really good acrylic painting book. Which I do occasionally do. I do occasionally pull out paints and paint in a colouring book. It's a lot of fun. I actually have some clay in my cupboard too. Because I keep meaning to do some clay making. Because I've got some air dry clay in my cupboard. Because it is really fun. I do have to kind of wear gloves though. Because I don't like the feeling of the clay on my hands. But it is fun to sculpt little cute adorable things. And then paint them up. Make them all cute. Yes, the stream has been lovely. We've been chatting about all sorts. We have done the tree. That's basically all we've done so far. It's a bunch of tree and a little bit of the wood. We're kind of working on the tree house at the moment. But yeah, we're having a lovely time. If you need to do a raid and fade to do some self-care post-stream, please feel free to. Please do the self-cares that you need to do. I am apparently losing my voice. If you want to chill and hang and lurk, you know that's the vibe as well. But appreciate you being here. Everybody should have some water. Ah, that's sounding a bit better. I've been talking too much today. When do I not ramble in a stream? Back, finished 2 pictures, working on my 3rd. Go, Mandy. Heck yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take Bistre, which is still like the warm brown we've been using, and I'm going to put a layer of this over this here, because again, this is the color that I'm not happy with because it wasn't warm enough. And already adding a layer of warm brown is making this Payne's grade so much better. It just really needed warming up. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. Today. It's been nice just hanging out chatting, to be honest. That's okay. Sometimes you don't need to do anything, you know? We're allowed to take a little processing break. Sometimes that happens. It's been happening with Ruby streams, to be honest, but also I'm so fascinated by it. If you're on Twitch, this is Ruby okay. Let's actually do another shout out for what? Okay. She also does technically have a YouTube channel where she puts up VODs. She's a wonderful Kiwi game streamer and also an absolute sweetheart. But she's been playing this game called The Blueprints, and I swear to God, I am addicted watching this game. It's so fascinating. And like, I end up just playing detective in stream. It's so fascinating. I can't even begin to explain it. Like, if you've ever played Betrayal on the House of the Hill, with that mechanic where you build out the house tile by tile, that's kind of what happens. You build out this house every day. The house changes, but there's so much mystery and lore. If you like puzzle games, like, oh my god, it is such a good game. And Ruby, of course, is an amazing GM and does amazing voices. So, like, whenever she's reading out things she's discovered, there's always an accent, there's always a voice. But also just, she's a puzzle queen. She just gets it so fast as well. And you're just reading all these things. And it's just like, whoa. So hard to explain, but it's just such a good game. Yeah, Cassie's been watching too. It's just so fun to watch. Like, you're not even playing the game. You're just sitting here going, oh, but this, but this, but this, but this. And there's so many wild conspiracy theories and craziness. It's so good. Her brain is insane. Yeah, Ruby is... Oh my gosh. I know what I can link for y'all. Okay, so I know there's a few of you that are saying that you've always wanted to play D&D, right? So, our gorgeous friend Ruby. I'm going to hype up Ruby for a minute. I need her here to be like... Ruby. Alright, so this is the lovely... This is Ruby, okay. This is Ruby. She is gorgeous, gorgeous soul, but also she's a professional GM. She's a professional game master. You can see her different games that she's familiar with. Monster of the Week is her specialty, which is a amazing system, but she is also a really amazing D&D DM. She's been my DM a couple times, and she's amazing. Legit, if you want to hire her to run a game, you can. But yeah, she's just so cool. I've always wanted to jump into a Adept campaign. But yeah, the way her brain works. Again, I was talking before about people that are full of like light in my life. Ruby is one of them. I will aggressively hype Ruby as much as I can because she's incredible. I mean, the girl frickin' wrote a stage musical that got turned into a full production. Like, just casually wrote a musical. Always wanted to try D&D. Honestly, Cassie, I can see you vibing so hard with D&D. Like, I am a DM. It's called a dungeon master or a game master. It's the person who runs the story and creates the world. And I am a relatively good DM. I'm a good DM because I am hyper-focused on making sure my players have an amazing time and we tell an amazing story together. I'm also very specifically aware of triggers and safety, and I put a lot of work in to produce at a time where I know my players are having a good time. So I know that I am a good DM, but Ruby, whole nother level. Whole freaking level. Like, the first time that I got to meet Ruby was through a charity Dungeons and Dragons related thing. And I knew, like, within meeting her pretty quickly that it was like, wow, you are such a cool person and I'm going to make you my friend because you're awesome. We became friends. But the first time that I got to watch Ruby DM was the first time I went, oh, wow, you are good at this. Like, you are good at running games. So you cannot praise Ruby enough. And you will find multiple things where Ruby and I have been together online. Last for Kiwi RPG Week, where she actually ran Monster of the Week, and I got to jump in last minute because a player fell sick, so I jumped into this game with 5 minutes prep, and it was great. Currently editing requested Meadow footage. Yay! Bun footage. Buns are so cute. I have friends that play, I'm not into it. I'd rather colour and watch them play. That's valid. That's super valid, Perfection. Yes. Yeah, I know the name Phosphoro, so that's awesome. Yeah, if you get the opportunity to, I really do recommend even just like a one shot. Just to try it a little bit. Again, it's not necessarily for everyone, but I do really enjoy it in the sense of the point of the game is to tell a story collaboratively. I like the opportunity to escape and pretend to be someone else, to be, you know, the hero, to be mobile, to get 8 hours of sleep, to be paid for your work. No, I do enjoy like the way that things come together, and just like you can't tell how the story's gonna go, and you can have all these ideas, and then one roll of the dice, and then everything changes, and the improv nature of it, I really enjoy that. But I do recognize it's not necessarily for everyone. There is quite a bit of therapeutic release in pretending to be someone else sometimes. And me as the DM or the GM means that it's like you're playing as, I said like again, I'm really noticing it today that I say like a lot. As the GM, your role is to play the world. The players play a set character. As a GM, you play everyone else. So you are the world. And I am someone who actually really enjoys GMing, and I realized it's because I like creating that world and that space, that when I like creating mysteries and puzzles and intrigue, and that moment when the players click and they go, oh, but this, and then this, and then this, and then all those conspiracy wild theories come together, and they realize the big bad that's secretly been going on in the background. I love doing that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's why for me it's quite fun to be the DM and be that one. Not so that I can like win and blindside my players, but to be dropping little Easter eggs and little nuggets, and in that moment when they click about how everything is connected. So good. Yeah, he's going to come up with a one shot so I can join that, see if I like it. Yeah! And if it doesn't work out, Cassie, let me know, because maybe I can figure something out, because being in Australia, you're not too far away in terms of time zones, so I might be able to run I have like one player one shots as well. I can literally do like a one player game where it's just me and one player, so you don't have to have a group, because honestly scheduling is the hardest part of TTRPG. Trying to schedule the players. No. Oh, that's cool, Brittany. We love a good sneak peek. You're the author of this narrative. Well, that's the thing. You're not actually the author of the narrative. Like, you are definitely a contributor to the narrative, but the players are also a big pushing point of the narrative, and because you're all working together to tell a story, like, did it again, you might come together as a group. You might, as the DM, like, I'll have a story. I did it again. I'm really noticing it now. It's really going to become a thing. I will have a story planned, and it'll be, okay, they're going to go on a heist because they're going to go and steal a pendant, or that's my idea, is that there's this really expensive pendant that they need in order to get a quest from somebody. Cool. Okay, who's they getting the quest from? Where's the pendant? Let's plan out the museum or the area where the pendant is. What are the booby traps? Awesome. Here's the plan. And then I'll start the session and be talking about, you know, they'll get the quest and be like, we're going to pay you this much and you can go and get the necklace. And then the players might go, cool, we don't want to actually be thieves. Nah, goodbye. Let's go and hit up the pub. You know what? This pub is unlively. We should start a band. Let's start a band. How much as a band can we tour around the city? How much money can we make as a band. You know, we have a ton of pet animals. We should turn the animals into the band to become a performing band of pets. This has literally happened to me in D&D before. I had 2 players, both who were my cousins, and I had set up a heist for them, and instead they took their pets and turned them into a band. And I had to improvise that on the fly, because I obviously had not prepped for that. So yeah, this is the sort of stuff that can happen, and you can have a plan. As a DM, I can go in with a plan and be like, cool, here's the mission, and then one tailspin, and then we're down a completely different pathway, and it's like, cool, chuck away the plans, let's work out mechanics for how an octopus plays a fiddle underwater. And that's sort of the wildness that can happen. It's one of the many interesting situations I've been in as a DM and gone, okay, how does this work? Honestly, my Google searches during Dungeons and Dragons, where I'm trying to work out how things work. Oh, I need a plan. So yeah, if you're somebody who very much likes ABCD, DMing is possibly not the thing, because you need to be able to improvise on the fly a lot. But then as a player, when you have the plan, quite often my players will sit down, and this is not just my players thing, this is a very common thing, where players will sit down and they'll plan out the heist, or they'll plan out the mission, or they'll plan out what they're going to do, and then they get into the situation and nothing goes to plan. And it's like, why do we even plan? I don't know, but it's like a thing. Like, you plan and then it never goes to plan, because of course you've got the other factor of randomness in there, which is the dice rolling. And this is how you balance out the game, because you're working together to tell a story, and the dice let you know how well those things that you're trying to do are going to happen. And not an improviser, I mean, you may not be in real life, but could be in the story. Like, I am not an improviser in real life. I am very much a plan, logic, ABCD. I am somebody who goes in with the plan and then has backup plans. Very much when I'm the organizer in the family. Like, when big events happen, I'm the one that usually schedules things. With Christmas, I'm the one that organizes the Secret Santa or the gift giving. You know, there's been different life events, and I've been the planner. I am the person with the backup plans. Except I love being a DM and the chaos and the fact that I can go up to a game and be like, cool, all my plans go out the window. Yeah, your job is to plan. I am the planner in my family, and it's just wild to me that D&D has clicked with me so much, because it is so the antithesis of what I normally do. I normally like the controlled situations, the story, like, I will want them to be A, B, C, D, E, and I've realized that I actually really love not going in with a concrete plan. I'll have an outline. So a lot of my DM plans now are just like, okay, last time they were interested in going to the shop. Cool, I'll have a shop planned. I'll be like, this is a tea shop, it's owned by Billy Bob, and if they go there, I might put this random item in that they have been looking for, or, oh, this would be a good point to insert this major lore point, or this little Easter egg that links back to the main plot line. But then it may not come into being. I will be like, okay, I know I need them to confront minion of Big Baddie, so they get on the tail line of Big Baddie. They talked about going to the swamp today, so maybe we'll set it up at the swamp. But also, if they decide, if I then get into session, they're like, oh, we're going to go to the library, it's like, cool, all right, they meet the minion at the big library. Like, that flexibility as well. So yeah, it's a bit different DMing versus being the player as well, like, in terms of how you approach the game is very, very different. But yeah, don't knock until you try it, but if you get the opportunity to try it, I think it's I think it's worthwhile trying at least once. It's funny hearing and seeing people play D&D. Never heard such random things in my life. Yeah, again, you saw my search history while playing D&D. You'll be like, what are you doing? Because that is something that, like, you will Google the most random things, or how does this work, or you just never know. Never know what's going to be useful. But yeah, it's definitely fun. It's definitely something I very much enjoy. As I said, you will find multiple videos of me online playing in TTRPGs for various charities, podcasts, bits and pieces around the place. I've got a lot of friends who are in the professional TTRPG community, so they do professionally DM or have podcasts, or like that is their job, is Dungeons and Dragons. So I know quite a few people within that field, and I'm known kind of a little bit in the community as someone to call on to help with these things and can jump in. But because my content isn't primarily TTRPG related, not as linked with it. It was one thing that I did think about, was if I got to a point where I could do like full-time streaming, it would be really cool once a week to do a TTRPG stream where I actually did run a TTRPG on the channel. But to do that, I wouldn't want to put that pressure on my players to feel like they have to perform, because again, it is primarily about the players, and the players are going to feel different. It's different telling a story online versus at a table. And then it also puts a lot of pressure on me as the DM, because as a DM with a chronic illness, there are weeks where I did not run D&D this week because of my tummy. I had to message my players and be like, I'm so sorry, I'm not managing to stay up at the desk right now. So I had to cancel D&D this week, which I was very sad about, because I was really looking forward to it. But these things happen. So yeah, I don't think I would. I'd love to. I've got a lot of friends in podcasts and stuff like that, and I was even in a weekly weekly Pathfinder show there for a while, and again, I help out with Fate of Ison, which is a local podcast, and I'm at their live streams and do a lot of behind the scenes stuff at Fate of Ison. I've actually been on Fate of Ison a couple of times too, which is cool. There's a lot of really cool places out there. Amy, I'm too relaxed here. I'm getting EP again. I'm glad that you're getting EP. You need some sleepies. Yeah. Do you use franchises in D&D like Lord of the Rings or HP? I don't use HP personally. There is an official Lord of the Rings TTRPG tabletop roleplay game. I've always wanted to run it. It looks really fascinating. There are some official franchise roleplay systems out there. So yeah, my primary experience is with Dungeons and Dragons, and that's because that's what most people play, so that's what I have the most experience in. I've done Pathfinder. I've also dabbled in trying to remember all the systems. There's a lot of like little one-page RPGs that I've tried. I did dabble in the Legends of the Five Rings TTRPG. I know there's a Transformers one that I got to play once that was like put out for free RPG day. There's a Lone Wolf system. Not many people have played that one though, which is a bit sad. I have always wanted to run the My Little Pony TTRPG system. That one looks very, very cool. Yeah, again, it's kind of like the great thing about tabletop roleplay or D&D. So D&D is like one specific game rule set, but there are a lot of rule sets out there, so that's why we use TTRPG, tabletop roleplay game. That refers to the whole idea of sitting around a table and playing a game together, to play a role game, play a game together. Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, is one specific rule set. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Each of them have different pros and cons and different Monster of the Week. Again, Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week was actually written by a Kiwi too, which I didn't even realize, which is so freaking awesome. Monster of the Week is a really fascinating system. And again, I do actually want to hire Ruby to run me through a lot more Monster of the Week so that I can get familiar with running it. But I really enjoy Monster of the Week as well. There's also Powered Up by the Apocalypse as well, which is another system where a lot of people use it as a base system and then customize their own settings. But with any of these rule sets, like with Dungeons and Dragons, one of the shows that I linked to online, like a real play show where you can watch people playing, it's highly edited, but it's by Dimension 20, which is kind of like a subset of College Humor. And it's called Fantasy High. It's basically if you took a 1980s high school movie but made it fantasy D&D. So it's very, very good in terms of the humor. It's edited, so they're not too long of an episode. And it's a great way to kind of dabble in D&D. And it's just hilarious as well, but it's not your typical high fantasy tropes because it's 1980s high school. Your My Little Pony would 100% be Rainbow Glitter World, pretty much. I saw a lot of guys on board play TTRPGs. It would last hours. Yeah. Games can last. Like, you don't win at a game. The game doesn't stop. Like, there's natural endings to the story, but you can always have sequels and comebacks, and it's not like there's always room for the story to grow. Speaking of TTRPGs, hello Smolt, my dear. Hello, fabulous player. I'm lucky enough to run a game for the wonderful Smolt, except, like I said, not this week because my IBS was being a poop. Literally. How are you? We're talking TTRPGs. Yeah, I think the longest game I've ever run was 7 hours. I don't think I could do it again now. But yeah, I have run a game for 7 hours. It was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, just got an email I gotta check. Okay, well that's fine. It doesn't actually affect me. I can't believe you lost another one. Okay. 7 hours. The finale of Critical Role Campaign 3 was over 8 hours, so they did have to split the filming because of the current events at the time. Yeah. Yeah, I've still got to catch up with Critical Role. I need to. I got to 60. I got halfway, and then I took a little pause. They're just starting to come back together. So, took a little pause, and then I need to get back into it. And finish up on Season 3. I like to finish up on Season 3 before they start the next campaign. Not that they've announced it yet, but at least not that I've seen. I saw the announcement for season 5 of The Legends of Vox Machina, and then of course The Legend of the Mighty Nine. Yeah. Building you color reminds me of a treehouse. That's because it is a treehouse. It's their treehouse. It's a little kitty friend's treehouse that they've built. So it's very, very cute. And good. Got home from the grocery store. I hope you got lots and lots of yummy goodies. Yeah, no, we're just talking about all sorts of stuff, including D&D and some of the D&D adventures, and how as a DM I can go in with a plan and then the plan will completely change because the players will completely deviate. And that's okay. That's half the fun of D&D. And that's happened multiple times in the campaign with Smoked MPB and Day. Yeah. I haven't gone back to Umbra yet. I don't know. I think it's just too dark for me. Like, I still love their storytelling. I just didn't connect with it as much. And I think it's just the atmosphere, and it's not as light-hearted for me, which, like, I get it is meant to be that. It is meant to be a different aesthetic, and it very clearly is, but the mechanics of the game are still fascinating to me. But I kind of got what I needed from the first couple episodes for the mechanics, and then, yeah, the story just didn't resonate with me as much. But it doesn't mean I'm not interested in the system. It's just, it's not my cup of tea of a story, and that's okay. Me, I will fully derail a session. I didn't want to say, but yes. Then again, PB and I have both derailed sessions as well, and, you know, things happen, and it's the fun of it. Like, I can't go in prepared for every eventuality because I can never predict which way you're going to go, but also I love that, and that's how things have occurred that we normally wouldn't have gone to, like the whole bug collector started as a random side quest, and now it's become a thing, and I was like, cool, I wasn't planning for this, but yeah, we'll work with it. We have a bug collecting collective now. There's always little things that happen, little moments. I said somebody else wanting to derail, I will enable it to full force. Do it. The main story will always be there. You can always go back to it. I mean, things might have happened in the background because you delayed to get to certain things, but it'll be there. So I hope you got some good yums at the supermarket. I popped to the supermarket last night to get mostly a bag of coffee for me and a bottle of milk for Mum so she could have coffee, because I'm running very low on coffee and I have no spare refills of coffee. I have like a instant coffee that I just use. I used to do the beans and grind it, but I actually don't like the bits in the bottom of coffee, so I'm like, nah, I just went back to instant. It's easy. It needs a very specific brand of instant that I really like. It does. Oh, excuse me, a really good quality dark roast that is really delicious. And I know the cost of coffee has gone up globally. I understand that. I used to be able to buy bags for like $4 to $6 for the small refill bags of coffee, because it only comes in a small bag. And now $6 is like the really good special. Most of the time it's $8 to $9. And it's like, okay, well, we're getting desperate. I'll have to pick up a bag because it hasn't been on special for a long time. Went to go and pick up a bag and it was $13. It's like, when the heck did you jump this much in terms of coffee costs? Well, my player skipped over the big bug monster encounter I had planned waiting for them, so I guess I know I'll be waiting for them in the town up ahead. Exactly. Oh, excuse me. Oh, might need a coffee. I actually have an iced coffee in the fridge. Might have to have iced coffee. Except it's too cold. Oh my gosh, it's nearly 1 PM. No wonder I'm yawning a lot. And feeling a bit hungry. Though I did actually have breakfast today, so that's a good start. I don't remember the last time I saw coffee under $10. Yeah. It depends on the size of the bag. I mean, the bag that I buy is a very small bag, which doesn't help. Which is usually why when it's on special, I would stock up on it. But it's been a while since it's been on special, so I haven't stocked up on it for quite a while. Now it's like, it's just one of those things. I mean, the price of coffee has gone up a lot globally lately, so yeah, just really sucks. 13 New Zealand dollars would still be cheaper than one Starbucks equivalent fancy milkshake. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't even have coffee in it, to be honest. But I don't even know how much a Starbucks drink costs now these days. I haven't been to Starbucks for donkey's years, because if I'm going to a cafe, I'm going to like a proper cafe. But I know a lot of places now an iced coffee is $12 to $13, so. And a regular cup of coffee is about $8 or $9 now. It's very, very expensive now. Yeah, I just was like, well, I'll scrape by with what I've got. I knew I had a little bit left, and I know I have some like cheap nasty coffee stuff, and like I've got like the, I just said like a bunch in. I've got these like little portable coffee, they look like tea bags but they're coffee. I got them for the hospital because I cannot stand cheap coffee, and the hospital uses some of the worst coffee that I've ever tasted. So when I went into hospital, I took that box with me so that I could have proper coffee up in hospital, which was essential. Definitely helped out. So I'm glad I did that, but I've still got a few of them left over too. So I was like, okay, I've got all of this to use up, so we won't get $13 coffee. It's not a special anywhere else this week, so if I can make it to Monday when all the specials change over, then hopefully then it will be on special. And if it's not, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and grab a bag, because I like my specific. Yeah, no, it's... Ooh, excuse me. It's in a bag, but it's like, so you can refill a jar, but it takes 2 bags to refill the jar. So... Iced coffee, drinking with a splash of iris cream liqueur. Nice. Yeah, I didn't drink coffee till I was about 28. And I started, because I brought a caramel frappuccino from Starbucks one day, and they accidentally gave me a coffee one. But I actually liked it because it made the caramel, like, more potent. But that was, like, the coffee flavoring. It wasn't even proper coffee in it. And so I started drinking that, and then I realized they did one with actual coffee, and the coffee was stronger, so I switched to that. Then I started switching to iced coffee with caramel flavoring in it, so swapping it around. And then started going, I wonder what this would be like hot. And then I started drinking hot coffees, and then slowly the caramel got weaned more and more down. It became more and more coffee. And then over time there was no caramel, and then it was just coffee with milk. And then I decided to cut out milk, and then I used less and less oat milk, and now it's just black coffee. And I don't go to Starbucks anymore, because it's like, this is ridiculously expensive and I can make it better at home. So yeah, that's why I did start, because I was going there. But yeah, switched to making it at home, and it's so much better. And now I just drink coffee at home. But I do have a commercially made iced coffee in my fridge, because I picked up the bottle at the supermarket because it was on like a really good special last night. And it is one that's made with almond milk, so it doesn't hurt my tummy either. So it's quite a good one. Yeah. I'm kind of napping, but all I hear is coffee talk. Sorry. But coffee's good. So another 2 hours, could almost time to get snack and bevy. Yeah. I don't know if I'll get a snack, because I'll probably stop and have proper lunch. I'm actually like, do I actually stop for the day and actually just go and have a nap? Because I do have a lot of work tonight. And I did just finish off the roof. So we're kind of at a good point to stop for the day. The only thing left to do on the treehouse is the actual little red section. And I don't want to do that till I do like his scarf or anything. So I'm like, do I actually just stop for the day? And you go to a local chain coffee place for a custom flavored energy drink and a brekkie sandwich. Yeah. If I go out for coffee now, it's usually because we're going to a cafe for food, and yeah, I just do coffee at home, but I don't go out a lot, so I'm not the best person to ask. It's not like I'm going out to work or going out for things. It's like I'm at home. And I said like again a lot there too. I really do say like a lot. This is going to be something that I notice for a while. Oh goodness. But yeah, I think we will leave it there for today. I feel like we got a good amount done. We got the tree done, and we started working some yellow into here. So next we'll be working on some of the greenery and bringing out some of those details, and then we can work on our kitties. I feel like we got a good amount done. It has been nearly 4 hours. It is Friday, so I've got a lot of work to do tonight at work. So while I do feel like I could still be colouring for a little bit, I am also going to be sensible about this, because I know I have a big night of work ahead of me. But then if all work goes well, maybe I'll consider doing a night stream tonight. Maybe. I'm not going to promise it. I don't want to promise it, because we know how my body is. But I am feeling like I could probably do a night stream tonight. That being said, in a couple of hours, we'll see how I'm feeling. But for now, I am going to go and do some self-care. I'm also starting to feel a little pinchy around my tummy, so it's probably a good idea to go and lie down for a while. Definitely feeling good having had soup for breakfast. So I think keeping the foods light, keeping the foods easy has been good for my tummy. Tummy's feeling a bit better today, which is also a very good feeling. And also why I don't want to push myself. But we'll see. We'll see. Stream like it's part 2. Exactly. We'll see how we go. Glad I could catch Charlie, and I'm so glad you could, Small. Appreciate you when you are here, but I do know life happens. So yeah, thank you to all of you for being here. Appreciate you so much. Uli araha. We will definitely be back on Sunday 9 a.m. for either more of this one, if by some miracle I do finish this off or work on something else. Sunday is the 27th, so we will be getting close to the end of the month, so maybe we'll look at doing admin. I don't know. There may be an admin stream coming up this month because I've got a lot to do. But then if I'm to do admin, if I'm to do like plans videos and stuff like that, I might need to do admin early. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We're gonna, you know me, I'm just going with the flow and how I feel on the day. But yeah, uli araha to you all. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you have a good moment of self-care and keep safe, keep warm or cool depending on your time zone. Keep hydrated, and I will catch you all in the next stream. Bye!